You did?
Yeah,
What you think?
and
Too many
somebody
balance-
called. Well, somebody posted about it, and I'll talk about it during the show. I won't talk about it now. I'll talk
Okay.
about it.
too many flips and acrobatic stuff. Is that why you didn't
Well,
like it, Mark?
not just that, but I'll talk
Mhm.
about it during the show. I want to save some
Okay.
for the show. 'Cause
Okay.
we got 2 hours to fill.
That one flip he did, I thought sure he was going to hurt Omega. I mean,
Yeah.
he jumped up. Oh, he was
Who,
flipped.
who was that guy? I can't remember what that guy's name was.
I forgot his name.
I forget his name too. Well, that's real good.
CTE?
Let's talk about Kenny Omega's match
not
with that other
CTE.
guy.
What's his name?
Start with a D,
Dragino or
didn't
Drag or God, I can't
Start with
remember.
a D.
Sorry. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I was just trying to look now.
That's
Technology doesn't love me tonight, guys.
all right. I gotta look up some.
Well, you're not
others.
echoing. You're
That's
sounding
Thank
good.
God. Thank God.
We're gonna talk about some scammers tonight.
Vikingo. It's like Viking with an O. Vikingo.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. I couldn't remember. I thought it started with a D, but
You know
I
who
was
you
remember his
remind me
name.
of? I was telling Andy that last night. He reminded me of Juventud Guerrero when he was
He
younger.
looks like him too.
Yep.
He looks
he looks like a luchador.
He looks just like Juventud Guerrero.
That flip outside the ring onto Kenny Omega and the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I said, I thought Omega was going to get seriously hurt. I mean, he was just. I mean,
Well, this is what I hate about today's product. It's all about high spots, high risk maneuvers, constantly.
not the basics that we from the old NWA and World Class of the late '80s. That they didn't need all that. It wasn't a show. It was pure wrestling back then.
But if I had to pick a match of the night, that was it. Out of all what went on yesterday.
It was a good match. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was the best of all time, but it was. I enjoyed it.
And I do have something to bring up that me and Andy noticed too last night that could possibly happening.
Okay.
It was funny
I'm
though
trying
because
to
we
come up
both picked up on it like that.
Okay. I'm actually writing out a format for the show as we speak. There's 2 scammers I want to talk about.
Okay.
That Scammers of the Belt group has been very active lately.
Yes,
Unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oops, there's another one.
A certain family, one of their guys is in a lot of trouble in one of the groups.
Yeah, it's one I can't talk about. You know who it is, Andy.
Okay. But you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't mind if you guys. I just can't.
I don't know who you talk about.
Starts with an M. Starts with an M.
It's me.
Mark.
Sorry.
Mark.
I won't do it
Sorry,
anymore.
Mark. We got to expose you, Mark. Tell everybody about you.
Expose me on my own show.
I tell you, you're a brave man.
We'll have to bring up Gianni.
So how was everybody's week?
Oh, that's already been done. I'm sorry, it's already been done. Sucky.
It's been an okay
Long week.
We're about done. It's good.
All I know is I've been tired. When I come home, man, I'm out of
Go out
it.
this weekend and get a nice shrimp basket.
Yeah, I was thinking about going to that famous place and get that nice deep fried shrimp basket.
stew, shrimp scampi, shrimp soup.
Yeah, see, it's
shrimp stew, shrimp scampi, shrimp. Yeah.
Bubblegum shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Richard, if you want to sell your belt, you feel free. I only got one to sell tonight. It's just a strap again. So.
Yeah.
I have a belt arriving tomorrow. Thank goodness.
Wow, I didn't know Mickey J.
What, Richard?
Mickey J, the referee, was a wrestler at one time?
I didn't know that.
Wow.
How about Alexa? Not only was she on The Masked Singer, but she's also got skin cancer on her face she had removed.
I think that's
on my
why
topic
they
to talk about tonight.
I mean,
they got her off the air, yeah.
Everybody just thought, she had an attitude. She doesn't want to be on the no. She had legitimate reasons. I mean,
yeah. Mm-hmm. And I've got that to talk about on the show. So you're stealing my thunder, guys.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. I'll smack you later.
So what we'll do towards the middle of the week, each week we'll try to get together and come up with more topics and stuff.
Yeah, let's do that.
Like Mark says, we have a format, and it'll be better.
And of course, the good people watching are always welcome to suggest any topic to us.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Somebody gave me an idea today to bring up like one belt each week and talk about the history and ask who is the best champion.
It's a good idea.
What's up, Ben? I
I
think
mean, they
that's
do that in
good.
some of the other groups, but
I tell you, I think the perfect one for that would be the NWA TV.
that's what I was thinking. Yes.
That is one of the best out there.
Yep. Oh, here we go. We'll see you on the other side.
I'm Andy B. and Spanning the Globe starts now. Andy B. and Spanning the Globe starts now.
Oh, why I started playing again. I'll have to fix that. Good evening, everybody. It's Thursday night. We are here. We're live. We're streaming around the world, literally. We are spanning the globe. My name is Mark Maggart. I'm your host this evening. I'm going solo tonight. No, I'm just kidding. Got Andy laughing backstage there. So we'll go ahead and bring on my host this evening. We have two tonight. We have Mr. Andy B.
Hey, I got to be on twice at the beginning this time.
Yes, I don't know what it did that last week too. I don't when we got it
Fine
right.
with me. I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah, so it's just you and me tonight, right? No, I'm sorry, Richard. We got Richard coming on. So let's bring on
Where's
Richard. Mr.
There
Richard
he
Ward.
Andy B, is that your new hip hop name?
Yeah,
Andy B in the house.
Andy B. Let's see what we got watching tonight.
I can't do that. No.
Let's see what we got watching tonight. We got Ultimate Cuddles.
What's up, Mark Naverdi, the Ultimate
Mark
Cuddles
Naverdi,
in the
day number
house.
Hey, Mark.
What's up, Jason Davis?
Dugan.
Ben Walker in the house.
Kid Bartocamus.
What's up?
I don't know what that means, but thank you. I hope. Probably just told me to go screw myself.
Shrimp basket in the house.
Let's get in the house. That's
SB,
right.
SB, SB.
Let's hear for Shellfish.
2 weeks. I started a new job.
2 weeks, bro. He starts a new job. That's
Congratulations.
right. Yeah.
2 weeks, 2 updates.
Yeah.
What's up, Dave Miller?
Dave Miller. Glad to have him
Ben.
watching. Glad to have him watching. Drew Aldridge Boyer.
Hey,
What's
Drew.
up, Drew?
I want to tell you something about Drew.
He's one of the
That-
best. Drew's the
Yeah,
best.
he is. But here's what he does. He takes pictures of these belts. You think he's one of the four horsemen because he looks the part.
Mhm.
So
He means business. when
he
his
sends me
pictures come.
pictures. I'm like, you got
Drew
it,
does some
man.
really
You got
good
it.
What's up,
pictures. He does.
Thomas?
Thomas
Hey,
Barnes.
Thomas.
Thanks for watching
Thanks
this
for
evening.
tuning in. New viewer in the house.
Yep.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jason.
Thanks,
Yes, it
Jason.
is coming along. Last week I was a little sore holding the mouse. It's still a little sore, but it feels a little bit better. I've been flexing a little bit more this last week with rehab. So thank you very much
Yeah.
for the.
That's because just the main pain is when you go to physical therapy, right?
Yeah, this morning
And they move the arms like, oh, no.
they work so well with me to bring me to tears.
Hey, that's a good topic. Thank you, Gianni. That was one of
we
my
could,
topics.
yeah, we talk about it. We can talk about
That's
that.
a good topic right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Thermo, thank you for joining us tonight. Is this Dave Miller?
Yep.
Okay, Dave, glad to have you watching.
Hey, Dave.
Pond
Mr.
Warden
Ric
Dave.
Flair's last match referee.
Joey V, what's up?
Okay. So I was trying to remind everybody I'm slurring my speech. I get a slight delay in my earpiece, so it makes me sound like I've been drinking. I have been drinking iced tea, which I'll talk about in a little bit.
Hey. No pep. We're Pepsi free this week.
We're Pepsi free. Yes, I forgot to get my Pepsi tonight. So
Tonight I'm sponsored by Brutus.
yeah, tonight
you
we're
go.
sponsored. Well, tonight we are actually sponsored by Mark Leather Championship Belt Releathering and by Unique Championship Belts. It is our opening bell. And there's my baby girl,
Ashley.
She was just here a minute ago. You guys saw her in person.
Yeah, it seems like she was just here.
Dave, I'm assuming it's still Dave. If you would go to the StreamYard link and click the StreamYard link that allows your name to show up on the screen, it should work. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes
I told him he's John Cena.
yeah. Or if you're watching us on Facebook, you can switch over to the to YouTube and go to the Wide World of Belts channel and look up "Spanning the Globe," and you should find it there. And you don't have to click anything extra. Just comment to your heart's delight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. Make sure you get a 12-pack.
Yeah.
John Cena. Yeah. Carl, no joke Smith. All right.
What's up, Carl?
Get with me. That's David Babel.
What's up, Babel? In the house.
Babel.
Message me. Message me. We'll talk.
The king of the dancing.
Yeah.
You know what? Would you guys want to have Dave on if he's willing to come on?
Sure.
Hey, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I haven't talked
Dave,
to him
if you want to come on, I'll be happy to send you a link.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him since I sold him a belt.
Yeah. All right, Platinum. Platinum's here. He's saving the reptile.
Hang in there,
here,
Platinum.
so
Hang in there.
Hang in there, buddy.
Okay, I'm gonna do belt of the week while we wait to hear from Dave. See if he wants to come on. He's more than happy to have you on. Let me get this cord out of the way here. Had the cord away last week. Okay, it's upside down. There we go. Okay, let me pull it up. Center screen. There we go. All right. This is the NWA World Tag Team Championship. This is a cast version, which was made popular in the early to mid '80s. The Briscoe brothers held this, not the current Briscoes, but Jack and what's his brother's name?
Jerry
Briscoe. Yeah, thank you. I kept wanting to say Gerald, but that wasn't what he went by back then. Also, Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood, the Rock and Roll Express, the Midnight Express.
Oh, nice.
This
This belt
was
was
gorgeous belts. I mean, that's one of the most in history. I mean, just look at it.
It is.
Gorgeous.
This belt was actually made by Mateen Ahmed with ELT belts. I was originally when I bought this belt was told not to say who made it because Kevin Rhodes would throw a fit. But you know what? Screw Kevin Rhodes. We know about that.
Still looking for the. Is he still looking for?
But this was made.
Mark?
Yeah, no paperwork yet. We're still waiting. But this belt was made from the original cast mold from Manny Fernandez's version of that.
Yep. Gorgeous.
Back. There's the back. Even the back's pretty. Look at that. Look at that color.
Cease and desist. Cease and
It's like an ox
desist.
blood on the back.
Kinda. It's brown.
nice.
It's chocolate brown, but it's got texture to it. But that's the. It's a heavy belt. This cast belt's very heavy. Okay, Dave, I'm gonna get with you in just a second. I'll send you a link as soon as I show this off. So, get your snaps over there, and it's stitched. Now, some of the stitching's kind of come loose, but the plates are just gorgeous. He did a wonderful
I
job
know a
on
good
this.
leather guy that could fix it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. He's kind of funny.
Haha.
Ha ha ha.
Ah. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, Sergeant Slaughter and Don Cornell. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Let me get
wow.
back- Let me send him a link real quick so we can get him on.
So we can bring him in, as you will.
Bring
Go
him in
bring
alive.
you in.
That's
They'll
right.
Bring you in, David.
Forget Dave Miller.
Gonna bring you in.
We're going to talk about another David Miller later. No relation. Always a pleasure to have Dave on. We only had him on one time, but okay, he's got the link. So let's catch up on the.
I think we've had Dave Miller on twice.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, we did. Yeah, he showed off some of his collection. Then we talked about him after the Ric Flair last match. That's right.
Exactly.
For those who don't know, Dave was the referee that came in and did the pin count for Ric Flair's final match.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or so we
he
think it's his final match.
we hope
We
I
hope.
because-
it is.
because
For
I don't
Dave's
want to see
sake,
Dave. I don't want to see Dave get arrested for taking out his legs.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Oh, okay.
Oh, he's
Babel's
at
at,
work. Okay.
No, that was Babel.
yeah,
That's
it's Babel.
Yeah.
This is Dave Miller right here.
We're talking about Dave
Well,
Miller,
there
right?
he is.
He can join us for a few minutes, so
Okay.
All right.
Send him a link. Did he respond? Nope, not yet. Okay. Well, Dave, if you're still watching, I sent you the link. So I'll see you pop in. We'll bring you on. Gibby likes it's his favorite tag next to WCCW tag. I got to agree. The WCCW tags are beautiful. I got a set of plates to put on leather.
There's never been an ugly belt in WCCW. Never.
Yeah.
It's all good looking belts.
Kevin Rose smells.
Yeah,
I don't know about that, but his attitude does.
it's new hat. I got 2 new hats this week, guys.
No, that is not a ring used belt. I wish it was, but it's not. I sent it to your Facebook. I sent it through Facebook Messenger, Dave. So that's where it's at.
Click the link. Oh yeah.
Click on the link and it'll bring you right on in.
Ian.
Yeah. So he still hasn't seen it yet. He's on. You're on. I see your green light. So okay, let's wait. Yeah, the 24/7 is not the most attractive belt. It is not. The only thing that's uglier to me is the Hardcore Championship.
The WWF Hardcore is
I might buy the 24/7 title just to have it.
Never wanted that for my collection.
Oh, I gotta be careful with a certain arm.
I don't want a belt with duct tape on it. I'm sorry. I just
don't like it. That's just me. I know a lot of the guys love that belt, and that's fine. It's just not my cup of tea.
I don't like it.
So I'm gonna conduct a quick bit of business here, and then there he is. Welcome to the show, Super Dave.
Hey there.
What's up, Dave?
There he is.
How y'all
Glad to have
doing?
you on again.
Fine,
Been
how
too
you
long.
doing?
Been doing some events, I see.
I'm smoking hamburgers, so I can only stay for a little bit.
Is that what they call it now?
I
That's
got
what
a
all the
pellet grill.
teenagers are doing now.
That actually sounds pretty good to me.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. We'll
I've
get to
got
you
a
just a
pellet
second.
grill, so you can set it and
Oh,
forget it.
pellet grill, yeah. I'm still selling this a Premier Dome Globe strap. It's a send-out strap. It is laced. Let me put full screen. I'll be back to you, Dave, here in a second. The inserts are pretty much spoken for, I think, but I can't do any work on them right now. So this is a hand-laced belt, hand-laced. It's got the holes already for only the Premier. It won't work for Figs. It won't work for Fandu. It won't work for a boot. It's only for the Premier, official Premier. Here's the backing. It's got a few little dings and dents in it because it was a piece of scrap leather I was going to do another belt with. And so there's a few dings and dents. Now, I usually get $350 for these, but I'm going to put them on the sales post tomorrow for $325, knock $325 off. But if you're watching the show tonight and you want this, message me before the show ends and you get this for $300 shipped. Okay? Only during the show. Once we go off the air, it goes back up to $325. So, show special.
That's a
And
great
I think
deal,
Richard had a
especially
belt
with
he
that
wanted to put up
lacing.
for sale.
Yeah, I got something right now. Tonight only. I got the Smoking Skull belt. It does not have a property plate. I'm not sure the maker of the plates, but it is on American leather.
It is beautiful.
Tonight only, if you message me during the show, I will ship it out to you for $250.
Oh, croc back.
$250.
$250
With black
ship.
croc backing. Like I said, it's American leather. $250 tonight only, and that's shipped.
All right.
So hit me up during the podcast if you want it, or if you're interested, I can show you more pictures of it. It's definitely a keeper. I'm getting the WWF
All right.
version, so that's why I'm selling this one.
I want to specify that is not my leather.
And this is not Mark's leather, no.
No, it's not my leather.
I like that croc backing.
This is nice croc backing. It was real good.
All right.
Like I said, I needed to find another belt.
So, Dave, I'm very
Okay.
happy you joined us tonight. We're just talking about anything and everything tonight. So let's talk about some of the things you've been doing since Ric Flair's last match. What have you been involved in?
Well, I did the wrestling showcase in Chicago, and then I mostly just been working for Bayou Independent Wrestling and Legacy Championship Wrestling.
Nice. Who was
Legacy Championship Wrestling is promoted by a man named Steve Starr and Gil Culkin. Gil Culkin ran Mississippi in the 70s.
okay?
You know, I mean, you've heard the story about Michael Hayes getting mad and getting in the car, and Gordy went with him. They were working for Culkin.
Oh, I did not know that. I don't think I've
Yeah,
heard
he
that
had
story.
splintered off from Watts.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is after UWF then.
This is before UWF. This
Oh,
was
before
late
the-
70s.
Oh, late
wow.
70s. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Before the Georgia run.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Bayou Independent Wrestling, I worked for them primarily. We just crowned our first women's champion, Emmy Camacho, a few
Nice.
weeks ago. I designed that belt.
Oh, nice. Okay. Johnny.
Thank you, Gianni.
Who was on the card in Chicago?
It was a tournament. Matt Cardona won it. Cedric Alexander, Jacob Fatu.
Oh, big names.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, goodness. There was a women's match with Tyra Valkyrie, Deanna Perrazzo, and Chelsea Green.
Oh wow!
And
Chelsea
Baby
Green.
Baby
Oh,
Hebner
yes.
got bumped, and I ran out to check on him, and I had to jump in the ring and count the 3.
Did
Okay.
Chelsea slap you?
Yeah,
No, but she gave me a stern talking to.
Oh,
I take
man.
I take that.
Oh,
I'll
I'd
take
take
that.
it. I'll take it all night long. I just
Yeah, I would too.
Do you
you
know who I am?
when you were on the show last time, you were talking about that upcoming show, so we hadn't talked to you
Oh.
since then. So.
Yeah, and I also refereed a NWA National Championship match between Sion and well, Sion
have those
defended the championship.
Oh, okay. So that one who I thought I was thinking of. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on the name too. I was thinking of who was the guy that used to be the NWA champion?
Nick Aldis,
No, before that it was
Tim
oh,
Storm,
Murdoch?
no, before Tim Storm. So we got Tim Storm beat for the belt, I think.
Was it Murdoch?
Jack Dane.
Jack Stane, yeah. Was he one of the ones in that match?
No. Sion was the mask. It was wearing a mask.
Okay.
Their mask guy that reminds me a lot of the Spoiler. He's very,
Okay.
very good.
I knew the Spoiler had passed away, but I didn't know until recently or read he had passed away from either cancer or I think it was leukemia.
Hmm.
I think it was leukemia.
Wow.
Don
So
Jardine.
he was a really good heel, really really good, and he is the inspiration for the Undertaker walking along the top rope.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was his tribute to the Spoiler was walking on that top rope
Yeah, Spoiler
Because-
used to do that.
because the Spoiler did that in world class. That's where the Undertaker started, was in world class, and I guess he trained under him a little bit.
Yeah, I was there the night that the Undertaker had his tryout match against Bruiser Brody. They
I
called,
saw
him,
that match.
they called him Texas Red, and the only reason I remember it is because anytime I got to see Bruiser Brody live, it was a treat.
Yeah.
So when I heard
Didn't last long either.
then later on when he talks about the match and that Percy took him to the ring for no other reason but to show him how to get back to the back after Brody got through with him. But you'll hear him
Hi,
talking
Rylan.
about that match, and it's just it's a lot of fun. I mean, it was. I remember being there because it was Bruiser Brody.
Yeah, I gotta give a shout out to my
That's awesome.
grandson there. That's my grandson Rylan.
Hey,
He's actually
Rylan.
staying the night.
What's
Hey,
up,
Rylan.
buddy?
He's actually staying the night with us. He's down the hall.
I've got a
So,
grandson
anyway.
named Rylan also.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of funny. My grandson's name is Rylan. My daughter's boyfriend's name is Rylan. So when they're both here, we have to be very specific which one we're talking to. So
Yeah.
it's usually my grandson's middle name. We use that because he's usually in trouble.
My my sister married a guy named David, and so he was
Oh,
always
man.
Big Dave, and I was Little Dave, and eventually, when you're grown up, you get tired of being Little Dave.
Thomas,
Yeah,
it
that's
should
all
have
right. I
been.
used to be called Little Richard.
Yeah.
Can we call him
Unfortunately,
Old Dave?
Thomas. Yeah, unfortunately, Ric Flair's last match was against it was just bad. The referee wasn't. The referee was great, but
Yeah, it was against Jeff Jarrett.
yeah,
Yep.
he must
And
he must
what a lot
not.
of people don't realize. A lot of people don't realize that match. That match was. It wasn't supposed to be a bad match. I mean, he did dehydrate, but
Yeah,
but
Yeah,
all that laying on the apron was planned. I mean,
Was
he
it?
wanted to look like a 73-year-old man out there.
it wasn't much of a stretch, was it?
I mean, so a lot of that match went exactly like it was supposed to.
Yeah.
And Charlotte did not. Ashley, his daughter, did not want him to do all that.
Yeah.
It was just,
We had the pacemaker.
well, he wanted to act like, it was hard for him at 73. He didn't want to go out there and look like Superman against Jarrett and Lethal because he
Yeah.
appreciated what those guys were doing for him.
He looked a lot better in some of the warm-up videos we'd seen. He looked a lot better.
Yeah, it just he
Those
did
were
legitimately dehydrate, and
Did he?
he was not drinking that day. He wasn't drunk.
Yeah.
That's
The last time we spoke, you talked about, because we talked about what would you do if he, or how would you feel if he decided he was going to do one more last match, and your exact words were, "I will take out his legs or his knees or something."
Yeah, Tanya Harding.
That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say.
Tanya Harding 2023. I'll do it.
But there is talk now that he's teasing coming back and doing another match.
Yeah, he's not going to do another one.
You don't think so?
No.
I hope not, for your sake, because I just thought that was the coolest thing. You got
We'll,
to go
we'll
in
have
the
to
ring
call
and
him
do the
Dave
recount.
Harding.
Dave
He
Harding,
can do it. He can do another one if I can get booked.
Super Tanya Miller.
There you go, Super Tanya Miller.
Yeah.
No, Rick's not going to do it again.
Yeah.
And I think he likes to mess with everybody.
Yeah. We're talking about Ric Flair's last match, and Johnny wants to know what this belt is, but the white belt above you.
Right up there.
Let's play full screen.
Yeah, that's the white one.
That's the
Yeah.
NWA Women's Championship. The Burt.
The Burke. That's right. After
Johnny's
Mildred
got
Burke.
the eye of the tiger. He can
I've
see
got
his
it on
belt
it.
from a mile away.
I've got a picture of Thunder Rosa's the picture, and then I got her to autograph the back of it for me.
Sweet.
What's up, Jason Cortez?
Hey, Jason
Thanks for tuning
Cortez.
in tonight.
Hey, Jason.
When did you get that autograph by Thunder Rosa?
At WrestleCon in Dallas last year.
Okay. I love
Mark
Thunder Rosa.
Mark
Absolutely love Thunder
loves
Rosa.
Oh, I do
Thunder
too.
Rosa.
She's got her own podcast now. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I think it's Spanish language, though.
I hear her on Busted Open.
Yeah, she's on Fridays on Busted Open every Friday.
Oh, is she? Okay, I need
Mhm.
to watch or listen to that.
All
Is
I
it
know
just
is
to
I
listen
love
to, or is it?
the way she rolls her
It's on
arms.
it's on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't have Sirius XM.
Well, they also do a podcast wherever you get your podcast. They'll every day they'll do an hour. They'll clip a few segments from the show and put it out as a podcast.
Try
Check that out.
Spotify. You can probably get it on there.
Well, I get Apple Podcasts, so. Which brings me I forgot to bring this up earlier. If you're watching us on YouTube, that portion of the show is brought to you by a partnership with the Brothers of Kayfabe podcast. They help with the StreamYard link because it is very costly. They help with the expense on that, so we want to thank them very much.
Thank you guys for letting
Jake
us
and Landon do
this.
a great job. They're in Oklahoma City. They'd love to talk about wrestling, mainly WWE. Landon now has ECW, the Taz belt. I got that for him through a mutual or a friend of mine, and so I got Landon his dream belt. Now I'm getting ready to deliver another guy's Jake's dream belt. He's going to get the NWA Dome Globe that I'm going to deliver on Saturday. So
Nice.
yeah, looking forward to that.
I just got through taking pictures of. Oh, you're more than welcome, Johnny.
Oh, you sent Johnny pictures. I didn't get no pictures.
You didn't ask.
What's up with that?
I guess I didn't.
I want an autograph picture.
Pictures for everyone, Dave. Come on.
Yeah.
I've got them.
Yeah, okay. I'll hit you up later.
I've got
Gotta hang it up in the man cave.
I was just giving you a hard time, but
I've got promo pic of me counting to 3. I've got a promo pic of running to the ring and a promo pic of in the ring with the Von Erichs and Briscoes, with the Von Erichs doing the claw. Well, they put the claw in there and do a slam.
Yeah. Mhm.
So
um,
I found that at the shows that the picture counted with Rick and Jeff in the picture, and with the Briscoes and the Von Erichs in the picture, I sell more promo pics that way.
that's hilarious.
Just when me running down the aisle didn't go over. I mean,
Yeah. I was going to ask you about that, and I forgot what it was now. Oh, speaking of the Von Erichs, Holly Von Erich has been active in Texas here lately. Have you seen that?
I did see that she was making some appearances.
That's Carrie's, I think, older daughter, isn't it? Is she his
Younger.
older daughter?
I think
Younger
Lacey's
daughter,
the
okay.
older. I
La-
think
I
Lacey's
thought
the
Lacey
older
was-
of the two.
Lacey's.
Well, I
the
did
older
too,
one.
but I must have read it wrong, or somebody typed it wrong, but I thought it said older, but she's still just beautiful.
My friend Andrew Kella, he sells autographs and collectibles. He's got a I'm trying to think. It's like it's just a frame with a menu and a couple of napkins framed from
Wow.
Uncle Julio's in Dallas.
Oh, okay.
It was a restaurant, a Mexican restaurant in Dallas.
Take one to
And,
Oklahoma City too.
Well, he got Carrie to sign the menu, and he got Lacey and Holly to sign napkins when they were
Wow.
little bitty kids.
Oh,
Pretty cool.
are they on the
He's
wall
got-
there?
It was on the
Oh,
wall at Uncle Julio's, and he has that.
Oh, okay.
I'd love to have it because I know it's legit because I used to see it when I'd eat at Uncle Julio's.
Yeah. You go to Dallas
Nice.
fairly often, don't you?
Not as much as I'd like, but
Yeah.
I go, try to go at least every other month. Used
Yeah.
to go every month.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna get this picture. Speaking of that, we'll keep talking while I'm trying to find this. But I went down there on the way back from Shreveport. I delivered that Dome Globe to Lane, and on the way home, I stopped in Dallas at the side of the Sportatorium where you used to sit at the lot, and I had taken all my world class belts I had at the time because I was showing them to Lane, and I stepped out of my truck and draped all those belts over my shoulder, around my waist, and a couple on my arms, and took a picture with all the world class belts on the Sportatorium grounds with the Dallas skyline behind me. I'm gonna try to find that picture.
I've
real
seen
quick.
that. I think you posted it earlier today, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, it was the promo pic for the thing today. So,
Okay.
but I'm gonna show it to the audience because a lot of them may not have seen this. But
It's a great
scroll up.
picture.
You know what's funny, and I'd always heard this, but I didn't realize how true it was till I was actually down there. But that is not in the best neighborhood.
No.
I remember
My
you
wife
saying
asked me the other day, she goes, "Where is
Yeah.
the Sportatorium?" And I said, "You remember when we went to Gillies for that show last year?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "It's just right around the corner from there." She goes, "Well, you want to go by there?" I said, "No, I'm good."
Well, I was coming from the east in Louisiana, and I had my GPS take me there. It used to be set on the corner of the Industrial and Katie's in downtown Dallas, but they've changed the names of the streets. So I
It's
don't
still
remember how I
Cadiz,
did it.
isn't it? It's Cadiz
No,
and Cesar Chavez now.
Oh, is it? Okay, I can remember. But we'll get back to that in a minute, Carl. But it took me through the south end of downtown, and I went through the hood. I mean, every building had bars on the windows and on the doors. So when I get there, I pull in. It's just a big vacant lot, and on the very south end of the lot, there's a big wooded area, and I guess a picnic table. And there was a couple of families there that were there, and I was a little leery because first of all, I saw the neighborhood, and secondly, I didn't know these people, and I was there by myself. So I stepped out, took that picture. I got the heck out of there. I've got the picture real quick. I'll put StreamYard here so I can get it. But it was really cool to actually, it's hallowed grounds now.
That last comment, that Mike Hamilton Texas belt was very cool. I wish I still had it. I think whoever bought it
Okay.
put a plate over my name, and they use it. They actually do use it. It's too heavy. It was way too heavy.
You want out?
But it was a very cool belt.
All right, let me upload this picture and I'll show you this picture. This was 2 years ago, a year ago in November, I believe it was. This is there it is. I'm gonna upload both these because I got this other picture I'm gonna show for the next segment we're talking about here in a little bit. Here's the picture right here. I've got the world class heavyweight around my waist. On my right hand is the American Heavyweight Championship, which predates the heavyweight. In my left hand is the Texas Heavyweight Championship, and the belt hanging below it is the World Class Tag. I did not have the 6-man yet. So,
And
as a
that's
matter
the
of
shirt
fact,
you got
I
on
don't have
right
any
now,
of those
Mark.
belts.
I was just gonna say that, Andy.
Yeah, that's the shirt I have on right now. Yeah. That's
Hey, Mark,
that-
was that
yeah.
a flat top you had in that picture?
no, I just had a short haircut.
It looks like you had a flat top.
Now,
It
Mark,
does,
is there any
but I
kind of
didn't,
sign at
no.
all they're mentioning this is where the Sportatorium was or anything like that?
No.
Not where I
No.
was standing. I don't think there's
Oh.
one there.
Wow, that's a shame.
I'm actually surprised I haven't built something on it, but
Yeah.
right across
Same thing.
the street is a 7-Eleven, which I stopped there to get some gas. But yeah, that's the same shirt I'm wearing tonight. But I don't have any of those belts anymore. I just sold that American Heavyweight Championship about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Gianni's got the World Class Heavyweight. Rusty Miller has the Texas, and I think Gianni has the tag. But I'm not.
Yeah, he's got the tag,
no.
too.
Nick Carnevale has it.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice
That's
belt.
I've got
call sacred ground, man.
I've got an American Heavyweight Championship set of plates. I actually had 2 of them. So I'm gonna make one for myself, and I'm gonna make another one to sell. So that'll be on the market soon when I get my arm back. And then at Texas Heavyweight Championship, I got a new one from Ben Walker. So, but
You want to hear a
yeah.
fun fact about the actual ring? One of the actual ring use tags.
What's that?
It has an extra set of snaps on it.
Really?
An extra set of male snaps because Tommy Rogers' waist was too small. So they sent it, and Reggie put another set of snaps away from it, so he could come
Male
around
snaps.
and snap it tight enough. And it was just because Tommy Rogers couldn't wear the belt; he couldn't snap it tight enough.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I saw Tommy Rogers in person one time. He's a small guy. And I didn't know this because I remember used to not feud, but he was challenging Les Thornton for the NWA World Light Heavyweight Championship or the World Junior Heavyweight Championship. And I never saw that he had won the belt, but I saw a picture recently where he actually did have it. He must have had it very briefly. But,
I didn't know that.
He was good looking for a wrestler. I mean, he had the body, he had the looks.
Oh, he had everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
When they had the short run in WWF, he went against Bobby Fulton. One was a bad guy, one was a good. It was weird because they were the Fantastics for years.
Yeah, I didn't know they'd done that.
Yeah. Yep.
But he gone way too soon. I don't know what happened to him, but
yeah,
really
sad. It was
sad.
sad when he died. Yeah.
He's a guy. He's a guy that I would love to look like.
Oh yeah,
Tommy Rogers.
Yeah. And Bobby Fulton sure has been through a lot too.
He has. And supposedly he went live the other day. I guess there were some things they would do a live, and guys would mail in stuff for them to autograph and send back. And supposedly there's a dispute with the guy that was handling the mail in stuff. And there's accusations back and forth. I don't know who's lying, who's not, but they've parted ways and are no longer doing mail in autographs. So
yeah, Bobby's been doing some stuff with NWA again.
Yes, well, his son's wrestling.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, his son wrestled. His son wrestled the other night at I think they called it the big event.
Was it Kerry Morton he's wrestling against?
No, it wasn't the big event. It was whatever that maybe it was the big event. They had something where they promoted a card. They had a lot of stars in there. Bill Apter went to it. He was telling me about it, that Dylan actually wrestled. I think what the conflict is that people were saying that Dylan was doing the autographs instead of Bobby.
I'd heard that. Yeah, I'd heard that.
And then they're saying that Dylan was doing the inscriptions, not the actual autograph.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Know. Yeah, there's a lot of accusations regarding his son Dylan, and I don't know what's true and what's not. But his other son, I can't remember what his name is, but he's supposedly challenging Kerry Morton for the World Light Heavyweight NWA Light Heavyweight Championship.
I didn't know that he had two kids wrestling.
No, well, he's only got one. I know of.
Yeah, he's got one.
Oh, then
Dylan's not wrestling.
Yeah, Dylan's not wrestling. I forget the other son's name.
Yeah, their son's,
I didn't know there was another son that was wrestling.
Yes.
I thought Dylan was the only son. So
no,
there's another one.
And I was like, what happened?
Around Kerry's son's age.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Bobby Fulton's real name is Jimmy Hines.
Yeah, Jimmy Hines.
Yeah,
from Chillicothe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Up north.
Incredibly nice man. Every time I've met him, he's been nice.
Yeah.
When we went to the Crockett Cup, we went to that first Crockett Cup in New Orleans. Him and Tommy both took posed for a picture with my brother. And then me and my brother got a picture with Bobby Eaton years and years later. But it always had stayed with us, just the kindness that they showed, because, I mean, not a lot of that trip, I learned that not all good guys are good people, and most of the bad guys are the nicer ones.
Yeah. It's funny how that works out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the post where he mentions his son. It's wrestling here. Oh, here it is. Is that Jaron, Jarron.
Okay.
And I got a picture here. Let's see, I'll put it. Let me go full screen. There's a picture of him and his son side by side when Bobby Fulton on the left and Jaron on the right.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, okay. Well, I can see that then. It's just when Bill told me that his son had wrestled, and I was thinking, that squirrely little kid wrestles now? How bad was that?
It's not Dylan, it's Jaron, but yeah, he's got two boys.
Now it makes sense to me. I do a show with Bill Apter every other week on ad-free shows. we were doing what we called the after mag chats, where we were listening to a classic interview he did on a cassette tape, and we had them digitized. Like we had Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, Bruno Sammartino, Terry Funk, and Dory Funk Sr.
Wow.
We had the
Senior.
Briscoes. We did a lot of them. They're really great interviews. It just that didn't catch on real well with the younger
No.
members.
It's a shame. It's a shame because it was, in my opinion, a better product back then.
But now we're doing a live Zoom where they can ask him anything, and because he was instrumental in getting Andy Kaufman into wrestling.
Oh, okay.
And Kaufman's going in the Hall of Fame now. That's what we talked about a lot last night.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go,
So-
Dave. Who do you
And
think's
Dave,
gonna-
you and Andy are
who-
both old enough. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to run over you, Richard. Go ahead.
Who do you think's going to induct him?
I think it's going to be a celebrity.
You don't think it's
I
You
gonna
don't
be
think
Jerry
it's going to
Lawler?
be Lawler?
I think
I
it's
think
gonna
it'd
be
be
I
Lawler.
think if it's going to be a wrestler, it's going to be Jimmy Hart.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Jerry might record something or maybe introduce the inductor. Jerry's
Yeah, that's
doing
true.
better. Bill told me Jerry's doing better, but I don't know if he's ready to travel to California,
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Yeah.
That makes
which is a
sense.
shame because he naturally should be the one to induct him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the WWE could get Jim Carrey to do it,
Oh,
That'd be
would
interesting.
awesome.
That would
That'd be
be
interesting.
but Bill thinks it might be somebody that was with him on Taxi, like Tony Danza.
Here we go.
Mary Lou
Here we go.
Henner.
Tony Clifton.
Tony Clifton, yep.
Yeah.
And then the popular rumor is that Andy Kaufman's going to show up and induct himself.
Imagine if they
Never
did the
know.
hologram
Yeah.
and it's Andy Kaufman.
I
Yeah.
bet they could pull that off.
I was going to say, Dave and Andy are both with me old enough to remember when that happened.
Well, don't
Oh, yeah.
forget, what's
I was
his name
watching
dressed
Letterman
up
that
as Andy Kaufman?
Huh?
I was watching
Uh,
Letterman that night.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah, a girl I was dating
Boy, he
introduced
smacked
me.
him good too. He smacked him
Yeah.
good.
I thought it was real.
Yeah,
It was real. He did slap him.
It-
But I
oh,
remember
Lawler said
Andy
some-
Kaufman on Saturday Night Live. He just put a needle on a record and played the Mighty Mouse song. And all he would do is when it came to the "Here I Come" to say, he'd go.
Yeah. He was different. He was
And
different.
then he started wrestling the women on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, I didn't know it was on Saturday Night Live. I thought it was at local events, but
Yeah, well, he started doing it at Saturday Night Live. And
it's
then
very interesting to tell or hear Jerry Lawler tell the story of how they got,
Yeah, he
built
said when
up.
he got smacked, Andy did not hold back at all. He smacked him big time.
he said, I smacked the taste out of his mouth. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He knocked him off out of the chair.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny part about, not that part, but when he gave him the pile drivers in the ring, Andy paid for an ambulance to pick him up, take him to the hospital. He went to the hospital, stayed several days in the hospital.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Just to
called
play it
Jerry
off.
Lawler from his hospital bed and said, I really appreciate this.
And never cashed a check that Mr. Jarrett gave him.
That's right. They found him in an attic or something, didn't they? Or a storage chest or something
But
after he
Jarrett knew
died.
the checks weren't going through. He wouldn't he
Yeah.
wouldn't cash them.
That's all. That's
Wow.
awesome.
Somebody
Paul Giamatti's Tony Clifton.
somebody
That's what I was
popped
going to
off
say.
from-
Paul Giamatti dressed up just like him. Imagine if they came in
Forgot
like
about that.
that. What's up, Dustin?
Hello, Dustin.
I had somebody pop off on. I was reading in one of the induction. Somebody put a graphic, and everybody was commenting, and somebody mouthed off about that. How's he going in? Ivan Koloff's not even in.
I saw that. I agree. I agree.
And with no disrespect to Ivan Koloff, Andy Kaufman did more professional wrestling than Ivan Koloff did. And I'm not crapping on Koloff.
Yeah.
But Koloff never put as many eyes on professional wrestling, not sports entertainment, professional wrestling
Mhm.
that didn't do it with a wink and a nod and treated it more serious than anybody ever treats it now.
Well, Andy
but
Kaufman had
Kaufman
had
doing
the
everything he
bigger
did.
celebrity. He brought more celebrity power to it. The Hollywood act. He was
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood before Hulk Hogan was Hollywood.
Yeah, and
Yep.
I'm not dunking on Ivan Koloff. He's tremendous. He beat Bruno Sammartino.
Yeah.
I mean, he ended Bruno Sammartino's long reign.
Right.
So,
but that wasn't as widespread an event as Andy Kaufman from Taxi, which was a hit show at the time.
right, and he literally walking around with a neck brace on, and I mean, it felt
cou-
real.
They had to bleep him out on Letterman because he was cursing.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but you're. it was hilarious. And I didn't see Letterman. I was like 10 or 11 years old. I had a curfew. I had to be in bed by 10:30, so I didn't get to see it.
The girl I was dating, we got back to her place. I took her out and we got back, and she wanted to watch She wanted me to watch Letterman with her. So we sat on the couch and watched Letterman. That episode was one of the.
Hey Scott, how's it going,
times I
buddy?
saw
Thanks
Letterman.
for tuning in.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool if Letterman. That's a good take there. That would be
Yeah.
incredible if Letterman did it.
Mhm.
Letterman had no clue what was going on that night.
he was shook up
He was.
big time.
He handled it very well, though. I thought he handled it very well.
He did. Mhm.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, go to YouTube and look up Andy Kaufman or Jerry Lawler slapping Andy Kaufman on Letterman. The whole thing's there, and some of it's bleeped, some of it's not. But it's hilarious. But there's other videos on YouTube where Jerry Lawler's talking about it, and it's just really, really funny. And what I thought was cool when they made the movie, was it Man on the Moon or Man Over the Moon or something? Jerry played himself in the video, and he didn't look like he'd aged much at all.
Right.
Yep.
That was awesome. And
Didn't they have it
supposedly,
on what, Tales of the Territory or Dark Side of the Ring?
it's Tales of the Territories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Tales of the Territories.
Yeah.
That's a good show.
It is.
I wish they could bring back
is.
more.
Yeah. And they need to make it 2 hours long instead of 1 hour. I'd love to hear those little stories. Love to hear them.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that went on that we never heard of.
Oh, I binge watched the whole series.
Who was the guy that had a bowel movement on the airplane and messed up the airplane?
That was it wasn't Kim Patera. It was
Was it one of the
is it Buddy
Vashons?
Rose? No, yeah, it was Mad Dog Vachon.
Okay.
Yeah,
I met
Mad
him.
Dog Vachon. Yeah.
I met him, and I wish I'd known that story when I met him. Yeah, Letterman would be a good one. I agree with that. I didn't know that. I wonder why. Huh.
I remember the first time that I saw Lawler in person. He came to Dallas. He was the AWA champion,
Mhm.
and he was just doing an enhancement match. And I don't remember him coming down the heel aisle to establish that he was a heel. But Kerry Von Erich came out and got in his face and told him, "There's only one world champion around here." He goes, "There's only one Mona Lisa, one Leaning Tower of Pisa, and one." I mean, he did that whole thing. And
T.G. Shepard.
yeah, and Kerry was being a complete ass to Jerry Lawler. I went around to the ring. I was going to try to get his autograph, and I never went to ringside trying to get autographs. But Lawler, because I'd seen him on David Letterman, I knew he was a big deal, and I read about him in the Aftermags.
Yeah.
But Kerry came down and really came off to me. And if you could go find that segment, you'd probably think Kerry really acted like the heel there.
Yeah. Well, he was a heel in Memphis. They went back and forth. Lawler was the heel in Texas, and Kerry was the heel in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Kind of funny. I also want to talk about you started a podcast.
I do.
Recently. Yeah. What's that called?
The Palm Water Dave Show.
That's right.
Oh,
how's that going?
We're having a good time. It's picking up a little traction. We've been doing it live on YouTube. I've been taping it live, which bit me last night because we had a guest, and I let the guest hang up before their file all the way uploaded.
Oh, no.
So then I was listening to the audio version today and doing editing, and I got to the part where they were on there, and it was just us talking, and there was no responses coming back.
Oh no!
Oh man,
so this episode's only going to be on YouTube. We're going to skip a week because I don't want to download the YouTube video and have to try to edit it up. And
I hear you.
And I hate that because my good friend Efren that hosts the game event. He used to do the game event on ad-free shows. Just really neat games. Like we play Wheel of Fortune, we play Family Feud, wrestling themed, and he's going to premiere this weekend on Premier Streaming Network. It's a new streaming service, and I mean really high quality network style game show.
Yeah,
and my wife was actually one of the contestants on one of them.
Oh wow!
Well, I was too, for that matter. But I don't know if mine was a test show or the actual one. But my wife was on it. It was a great episode. I mean, just the production value, and he does such a good job doing it. So I hate that I don't have the audio podcast interview of him.
Yeah, stuff happens. I mean, I don't want to get into last week, but
It
We're
happened.
enjoying going live. We get some people that are in the chat like we're doing here.
that's what we like to do with this show is like guys down at the coffee shop talking and just have to have an audience. So
Mhm.
And I tried to get Facebook and YouTube going at the same time, but I couldn't get Facebook to go at the same time.
really,
Yeah.
are you using StreamYard?
I have StreamYard, but I've been using Riverside.
Okay, let's check that out. I don't know. I don't know.
I really like Riverside. Sets up a virtual studio and
Oh, really?
then yeah, I mean, and you can see it. All the files are everybody. I've got a file for every audio. Even when I use the drop button and had clapping or cheers or rim shots, but he gives me an audio file for everything. And when he came on, I got 67% of his file uploaded.
Wow.
But I mean, it's fine on the live version.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I don't
wow.
have any sponsors to satisfy, so skipping an episode, other than I'm doing my friend a disservice.
Yeah. It happens. I mean, especially if you do live shots, it does happen. Things you don't expect. So I had to change your headline below your name there, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
That's a new feature. I'm just playing with it. I'm having fun with it.
I've been looking at it. I mean, I got StreamYard, I have the Riverside, and I still have Zoom.
StreamYard came out with a new feature today. I'm gonna have to play with. It has some kind of thing you could set an auto, what do they call it, auto formatting or something like that, where you can set up what do they call it. It's a layout option, but it's
Yeah,
not
I saw
quite to
that.
my liking. It's not quite to my liking yet, so I'm just gonna play with it.
I found a half off coupon, so I went ahead and did Riverside for a year.
Okay. We
Make-
could not do StreamYard without the other podcast joining in because it's just so costly to do that.
Yeah,
So-
that I thought that Riverside was a much better value for what I wanted it to do, because once you start using StreamYard to have studio audience, and it can get up there and get pretty pricey.
It can. So when is your podcast air live? On Wednesdays?
We've been doing it on Wednesdays. We did 6 o'clock, 6 to 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Eight
So you go a couple hours too.
We're going to have to do 6 because I'm going to be with After at 9, right after AEW, immediately after AEW on every other Wednesday.
Okay.
So every other Wednesday, I've got to go early.
Next time you talk to After, be sure you mention this podcast.
I'll do it.
I'd love to talk to him sometime.
Invite
That'd
him.
be
He'll
great.
probably invite him. He'll come on.
Okay. Is he on Facebook?
He is.
Yeah, he is.
He's
Mhm.
on
Okay.
Facebook. He does a lot. He's working with Sports Kita too.
Okay. I'd love to have him on the show sometime.
If you invited him, you could get him. He'd come on. He loves to talk.
Okay.
He is
I'd
the
love-
absolute nicest guy. When
Yeah,
we
he
when we
is.
wrap
He is.
up, we wrapped up the Zoom last night, and it wasn't 2 minutes after he logged off. He was calling me to tell me he was just over the moon. Interacting with people.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what on ad free shows. It doesn't matter what tier that you have. It's open for all members, because normally
Wow.
you got to have like the $29.99 or up to be on the Zoom calls.
Yeah.
where you get to interact with the talent. But for the After one, we've opened it up for every member,
Wow.
and he genuinely loves it.
I remember the night that Kerry Von Erich, it was the night after he won the world title from Ric Flair. They had a show in Fort Worth. He defended the title against Terry Gordy. And
Yes.
Bill Apter was there taking pictures at ringside for Pro Wrestling Illustrated. He was the editor at the time. So, and then he used to come on Georgia Championship Wrestling and awarded some of the plaques for the Wrestler of the Year, things like that. And then one night, World Class, after Mike Von Erich had his bout with Toxic Shock Syndrome, he came back. He presented him a plaque, and I think this is the first and maybe the only time that was ever presented. Was the most inspirational wrestler because he had come
Yes.
back from the brink of death. So
He got
why-
Rookie of the Year, and then he got Inspirational.
But Bill Apter was always on one of those shows, doing different things. So I remember him from way back. So these are the guys you want to get on your shows or at least be able to talk to now, because we're learning the hard way that these guys are dropping like flies. They're not getting any younger, and they're just
Yeah, you want to pick their brain, man.
pick their brain, because some of these stories are going to die with them. So
Mhm.
if you can get something out of them before they go, it's a lot. I mean, it's very valuable. It's like
Well,
gold.
guys, my Alexa's going off, which means my hamburgers have been on the smoker for an hour. I gotta go check on them.
Well, we're glad you joined us tonight.
Yeah.
Free to come back anytime.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming
love
on.
It. Anytime y'all want me to come on, just give me a holler.
All right, we'll do.
Thanks
I
for joining
figure
us. Dave.
if I'm here, Russ isn't.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. All right. Appreciate you.
Russ. I love
Appreciate-
Russ.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good guy. Good
Don't
guy.
think I'm bashing Russ because when I
Yeah.
say Russ is a bitch, it's a term of endearment.
Yeah.
It's over a 20-year gag now.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
I mean, it's not whenever you see me post that, I'm not being ugly to Russ. It's
Yeah. We had him on here last week, so
yeah. Unfortunately, he just lost his father.
yeah, he lost his dad the day after I lost my dad. So,
But I had I sent him a cameo. There's a comedian named Carter Anderson who does characters like Waffle House, Taco Bell. He'll put the eyes and the mouth on pictures like Taco Bell has eyes in the mouth. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing that he does. But at the end, Taco Bell will say something. Taco Bell will say something that somebody else's slogan, and that person will go, "That is not your slogan, bitch." Bitch is a big part of the comedy. Y'all need to go look up at Carter Anderson comedy.
Carter Anderson comedy.
Hilarious.
Will do.
So,
all right.
But I got him to a cameo for Russ, and I told him, I said, Russ just lost his dad and needs some cheering up. He likes wrestling belts, primarily television titles, pro wrestling, and very, very muscular bodybuilding women. So he had like women bodybuilders, Hulk Hogan. They did the whole thing, and it was just, it was.
I like to see that. That's pretty awesome.
So you could, I mean, it's public. You could if you go to Cameo and look up Carter Anderson comedy, that'll be on that cameo will be on there.
I'll check that out.
That's awesome. I gotta check it out.
Well, Dave, it's been a pleasure to have you on. We'll have you on again soon sometime.
Thank you, Mark, Andy, Richard. Thank y'all, everybody that's out in the crowd. Your comments. Thank you so much. I
Thank
really
you,
appreciate
Dave.
y'all's
Thank
kindness.
you for what you do, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate what you do. We're living vicariously through you.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thanks
Have a
again for
good
coming
one,
on.
buddy.
We'll see you later.
All right, man.
Dave Miller.
Hey,
Referee
Mark, I don't
extraordinaire.
know if you could pull up Scott's comment.
Which one?
He went on YouTube, the last one he made.
I'm trying to scroll to find. Oh, here it is. That one?
Just want to give a shout out to Scott for tuning in to the show every week. He walked up to me at my job and he told me directly that he likes what we do, and it's the reason why he tunes in every week. So I want to give him a shout out and say, hey,
That's awesome.
thank you for tuning in.
That's awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Absolutely. We love new viewers.
Definitely.
So long, Belt Pope. Belt Pope. That's a nice little nickname.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we call Gianni.
Yeah, we're about to wrap up hour number one, but I want to remind everybody, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, Wide World of Bells, please do so. Subscribe, like, and hit that bell so you can be notified that the show's coming on. But we're on usually every Thursday. We took a week off a couple weeks ago because I had the surgery and my dad passed away, and so I had to deal with some stuff. So, but we would love to have subscribers. If you're not a member of the Wide World of Bells belt group on Facebook, please join that. We try to keep that group drama free, scammer free, and we're going to talk about some scammers here in the next hour. We got 5 minutes before the next hour, so let me look at my little list here of what we could talk about before then. Andy talked about a new belt. You got a new belt coming.
Sure do. I actually have. Well, I never ever dreamed I'd get an awesome version of Big Green, WWF Big Green.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I forgot about that.
Deal I couldn't pass up. It'll be here tomorrow.
Awesome.
So otherwise, I would have it on the show tonight.
You're going to show it off next week, though, right?
Yeah, I'll have it ready next week.
Okay. Awesome.
Well,
Brianna
my belt will be
Ortiz.
ship out this week.
I think
What's
I
up,
sold a
Bruno?
belt this Brianna. Brianna Ortiz. I think he bought a belt off of me.
I bet he has.
Yeah, I think so. Either that or Relay. I know I've done business with him, so. Okay, we'll talk. Well, we don't have enough time. We'll try, I guess. Did anybody see Rhea Ripley's? What's this dog whining? Rhea Ripley was ripping fans for, and what a lot of people took it as is she was ripping fans for asking for autographs at the at the airport, and I kind of get that.
You just got to have some common decency with these people when they're traveling or when they're eating dinner with their family. I mean, you got to let them.
She came back and clarified what she's talking about. She's talking about it's the same people. What they're doing, they're following her around and getting her autograph on products, and then going and selling them on eBay.
Selling it, going on eBay, selling it. Yeah.
And they chased her. Basically, she's trying to get to her Uber, try to find her Uber. She ended up going downstairs in a parking garage or something like that, trying to get away from him. And she was surrounded by them. She said, "I don't know who these people are."
Well, what about the guy that went up to Rey Mysterio with like 5 Funko Pops and 5 pictures and 5?
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like, "No, I am not signing that."
You know what?
I don't blame him.
They're not fans. They're trying to make money off these people. Yeah,
it's
that's what it's about.
Flippers.
Yeah. And Kebby, I get that, but there's a little bit of a decency there involved.
They're trying to get to their job. They're trying to get moving, and it can.
You gotta have some respect for the men and women that are in the ring doing what they do.
Have some decency.
They don't mind if you give them one item to sell, one item to sign. But when you're giving them 50 to 60 items while they're getting off a plane, they know what you're doing with it.
Right. Bully Ray, he won't. The only way he'll sign something if he asks your names, and he signs it to Bill. Bully Ray, and if they don't give the name, he says, "I do not sign because I know they're going to go and sell it, and that's not why I."
Yeah, I would have them sign my name.
I agree.
When they sign the item.
Bully Ray,
Yeah. I mean, it's given wrestling fans like me, you, and Mark. We can't get items like that autograph anymore now because of what's going on.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because it's what it is. It's a case of abusing the privilege.
They ruined it for others. I mean, it's just.
Well, what about the kids? Now the kids can't get the autographs.
Well, then you have those people. Hey, go up to the Undertaker and get him to sign this and this.
Yep.
And you've heard the story where the Undertaker said the Undertaker said to the kid, "Okay, do you know who I am?" The kid goes, "No." He said, Why did you come over? My dad sent me over to get your autograph. I mean, yeah.
Yep.
That's great. I had a thought I was going to say it. I forgot what it was now. Oh, I was, Andy, I apologize to you. I talked about people joining the Wide World of Belts belt group. Go to Love Those Wrestling Belts with an exclamation point and join that group also. Andy does a great job running that group.
We'd love to have you.
Group, yes. And we also stream live in that group too as well. So,
yep.
Because we love them wrestling belts. And
we also, Unique Championship Belts has his own belt group where he sells his products. On that show, that page because of the limitations of StreamYard, but I will post a replay to the YouTube channel on that page. So if you remember the Unique Championship Belts group, that will be on there sometime either later tonight or tomorrow. So
he does nice work. He gets it done quick, and he's very communicative. He's everything you want in a belt maker.
Absolutely.
Telling the truth.
And if you need a custom made, hit him up.
He'll do that too.
Right there.
The customs that he's made for Mark are gorgeous.
Yeah. I've got one that I cannot show quite yet. I'm going to show that here in the next couple weeks. We're going to have somebody on that's actually going to be receiving that belt. So,
but your USWA is gorgeous.
Yes, it is. I'm very happy with it. Also,
Mark, do you think you're going to get that live, or like a video recording of it? When
I'm going to try to. Yeah. He's talking about me giving the belt. I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to do it publicly. I don't want to go into details yet because I haven't yet with the guy.
Yeah, that'd be awesome though.
He said he would come on. We'll have, and we'll talk about here in a couple of weeks, hopefully. Gianni brings up another good point. Another good group to join if you're not a member already is Championship Belt Brothers. That's Ben Walker's group.
One of the best.
He does
groups out there. Is one of the best.
One of the drama free groups.
Jermaine and Ben run that group. They do a fantastic job.
They do. And Ben comes on the show sometimes.
Yeah.
My dog keeps whining about something. Yeah. Ben Walker's, he sells belts. He does middleman work for some of the makers, and he does a fantastic job.
Yes, he does.
He sells belts at reasonable prices and offers
excellent
customer service. Hello, Ethan.
What's up, Ethan?
Just like in Wild World of Belts, the Friday belt sale, they do it on CBB also.
Yes, they do.
So
they do. So I also want to welcome some of the new members of Wide World of Belts. There's one guy, and I'm sorry I cannot remember his name, but he joined the group, and he had come out of another group that was full of, I guess, scammers or unethical people.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so he joined our group. I welcomed him to the group and told him about the podcast. I told him it was on. So if you're watching tonight, welcome. Thank you for watching the show.
Welcome
Okay,
to all
Johnny,
of our members.
I guess we're gonna push every group. Championship Figure Brothers. So that's another Ben Walker group. So be sure to check it out as well. So no more, Johnny. No more. Thank you.
All right, Shrimp Basket.
The Shrimp Basket. Yeah. So that brings us to hour number 2. As soon as I find the thing. I love those graphics.
I do too.
I'm going to eventually make a commercial for my leather. I won't name the guy, but I had somebody hit me up the other day and say, "Hey, what does this guy charge for his leather?" I said, "I don't know," and you have to ask him. And he said, "Okay." He said, "Do you know anybody else that does leather?" I said, "Me."
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I said,
Oh, really? You do?
"Yeah." He said, "Why didn't you say so?" I said, "You watch the show every week."
Yeah. Should be common knowledge to him by now.
Oh, I got the biggest kick out of that. But I'm not going to name him because I want to embarrass him. I just got a kick out of it. Thank you for the laugh.
Johnny's so funny in that video.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Have
leaving.
A good night,
Okay.
Scott.
Good night.
Thanks for tuning in.
He got the good hour. He got the good hour with Dave Miller.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Checks in the mail.
Checks in the mail.
Send a shrimp basket and a 12-pack
Yeah,
of
he
Pepsi.
can buy some more shrimps.
Yeah. And you have to wash that down with a 12-pack of Pepsi.
12-pack of Pepsi, definitely.
Okay, so we're at Mark Leather. Absolutely, yes. Most everybody watches the show knows I do leather, so except one guy. One guy who knows me. So it's just funny. I'm sorry. Okay, we're in hour number 2, and I actually want to talk about these in hour number 1, but Dave Miller was a rare treat, so I wanted to bring him on and put this stuff to the back. I want to talk about. There's been a little drama in the hobby the last I don't know 2 or 3 weeks. We got some new scamming going on. I say new scamming. It's become a trend now. I guess it's always been happening. It's just more and more guys are doing it, where we're taking pictures from other people's Facebook pages of their belts and advertising them as their belts. Now, the funniest one that happened, if I remember correctly or understood this correctly, happened to a guy by the name of Norm Collins. And most of you guys may know who Norm Collins is. I've seen him in the groups. I don't know him personally.
Yeah,
but,
I know Norm.
So he had a guy hit him up, or maybe he heard about this and hit the guy up. And the guy said, "Yeah, I'm selling these belts." He said, "Well, can you show me a picture?" The guy sends him a picture, and it's Norm's belts.
It's Norm's belt.
As a matter of fact, one of them is a big gold with Norm's name on the nameplate.
Oh, Jesus.
So he's telling the guy, he's stringing the guy along, said, "Are those your belts? Yes." "Is that your shelf?" "Yeah." "Did you build that shelf?" "Yes, I did." You know, he said, Can you send me a closer shot of that big gold?" And so the guy just zooms in on the picture, just crops it out. And he says, "Well, I'm not in my shop right now." So anyway, long story short, Norm told him, "That's my belt. It's got my name on it." And the guy says, "Can you prove it?" That's the funniest one. I mean,
why would it say Norm Collins and you're talking to Norm Collins?
Exactly. And Collins is not spelled commonly with his. His is ENS, and the most common spelling is INS.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the scammer said, "Can you prove that's your belt?" "Yeah, it's got my name on it."
What was the scammer's reply? Did he?
I don't. Well, I don't remember, but he finally ghosted the guy. He finally ghosted
definitely
Norm.
check your references, like Ben says. Do your people do your homework, please. Do your homework.
Absolutely. And then there's a couple other scammers, and I don't really remember what all the circumstances were there.
He deserves the clown of the week.
Yeah. There's 3 that they came up this week pulling the same stuff using somebody else's pictures. One of them was David Miller, not Dave Miller, not the guy we just had on. A guy named David Miller, another guy named James Lamont, and another guy named John Small are pulling this stuff. So, as Ben said, check your references. If you don't know the guy and you're doing business with him, get references. I had a guy
sold services.
Yeah. That's a completely different thing, Carl. He sold his design. That's what he did.
Goods and always goods and services. No matter if the seller
Yeah.
begs you to do friends and family, no, because you do not have protection unless you do goods and services.
Absolutely. Now, I take friends and family. I started doing that because of the fact that the federal government was going to start
Yeah.
charging tax over $600. But I'm well established. I've never had a problem with customers throwing a fit about if you trust the person, do what you feel like you need to do.
Yeah.
If you don't know them, go goods and services. If they refuse,
Go to somebody else.
go to somebody else. Yes.
There's plenty of belt makers out there.
I sold that. I had that unified belt last week. I put it for sale. A guy bought it today. And I said, I only take friends and family. Would that be okay? I can give you plenty of references. I give you Andy.
Yeah.
I give you Ian. He said, no, I know you're good. You're good. So don't use me as an example. I'm a rare example because I deal with people that I know usually. When I buy belts, I buy from known makers or people that I know. I don't buy from somebody I don't know. But I'm well established as a seller because I mainly do the leather work, but occasionally I'll sell a belt I own. But I would be happy to give you references. No problem there. So, but do your due diligence. Go to the Scammers of the Belt Facebook group, and you can kind of tell who's who. And you can ask me, you can ask Ann, you can ask Ben Walker, you can ask King. I already put that one up there a while ago. He didn't buy the belt, whatever that means. Oh, he bought the
I tried to get him to buy the one you just sold.
Yeah, we were trying to
He
talk him
wouldn't do
into it.
Yeah. He did buy another belt off me though.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah. So both belts I had for sale last week are gone. So all I have is this strap right here.
That poor strap is looking for a home, people.
It is.
It's
For
how
less
long
than a cup
then,
of
Mark?
coffee a day for 10
Months.
years, you two can have this belt. So
Yeah.
the strap. This
Nice
is a
strap too.
thank you. This is it's a send out strap for a Premier Dome Globe. It's not for the figs, it's not for the Fandu, it's for the Premier only. So if you have something other than Premier, it will not work. Holes are punched for the Premier. It's the size for the Premier. It's got the hand lacing on it.
Real leather.
It's going to be
Real leather.
as close as you can get to the
Oh, it
real
smells good.
thing.
Yes. Yeah. I sold 2 or 3 of
That
these.
hasn't sold.
I can't either. I sold 2 or 3 of these, and everybody that's bought them has been very happy with them. So if you have a Premier Dome Globe, this is probably going to be the last one I make that as a send out. I'll probably do them as an order.
Yep.
But I would like to get this. It's $300 shipped tonight, only during the show. Once the show goes off the air, it goes to $325 tomorrow in the sales groups. This is a $350 belt, so strap. So don't miss out. And then Richard has a smoking skull belt he's selling.
Yeah, I have this smoking skull belt. I'll be interested in the trade too if you guys want to trade for it. It's on American leather. Don't know who the plate maker are, but it's on American leather with black croc biking.
Do
You
know
want
who
to
did it?
purchase this belt? It's $250 shipped tonight only, or I will accept the trade.
Do you know who did the leather?
The leather is done by MTA,
Michael Todd Anthony.
Michael Todd Anthony,
Okay.
Nice belt.
Yep. Very nice.
and it is a good belt. If you don't own a belt or you want to start your first belt, this will be a good belt to start off your collection.
Yep. With the exception of the one he
or
bought.
trade.
With the exception of the belt he bought today, most of the belts that Gianni has bought off of me are from the World Class collection. So
Yep.
wow. That's somebody you don't want to steal pictures off of, is Dan McMahon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I seen that one.
It was funny. Dan's answer was, "I'll take all of them." Like for the guy to come back and because it was Dan's original post. I mean, it's just people are just crazy,
Andy. Okay. He's
Who,
doing it
me?
again. Yeah, you. Okay. We have a private chat. Oh, speaking of scammers, if we were to do an award show, Richard came up with a trophy for the Scammer of the Year award.
Oh, there you go.
There you are.
I could do that for a couple other awards if you think about it.
Yeah.
Hey, I could put the Spanning the Globe logo on there.
Yeah, you could. There you go.
We'll be flipping the globe.
Thank you, Gianni. Your money's good anywhere. So we're at hour number 2, and I need to take care of business real quick. Just want to remind everybody this show is sponsored by Mark Leather Championship Belt Leathering and by Unique Championship Belt. And if you're watching us on YouTube, that portion of the show is made possible by a partnership with the Brothers of Kayfabe podcast in Oklahoma City. Jake Hill, Landon Bumgarner love to talk wrestling, so you might check them out anywhere you get podcasts. They're on Apple Podcasts and on Linktree. So check out Brothers of Kayfabe. And I'll be seeing Jake on Saturday. He's going to get a Dome Globe from me.
All right.
Nice. I can't wait to see that figure.
Mine?
Yes.
You want me to stand up and show it to you right now?
Speaking of figures. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
stop.
Mark, is there an update to when you're supposed to get those action figures?
No. Last I heard was April.
Oh,
What
Almost
were those
there.
called? What
I
are
mean,
the
not too
special?
far away.
What was
Yeah.
it? Powerhouse?
Powertown.
Powerhouse, isn't it?
Powertown.
Power
Town.
Town.
Power Town, yeah.
Yeah, what they were having issues with the legs and arms breaking off.
Who'd have thought?
So basically, it was like the dollar store version of the figure.
Wish, yeah. I don't know why it makes me laugh, but yeah, I guess guys are playing with these figures.
He
Wasn't
says
that?
them. Oh, his leg goes across the room.
I thought it was Stretch Armstrong. Wasn't Matt Cardona instrumental in the design of those or something about
I'm
that?
not
Was it Matt
sure.
Cardona? Somebody was.
Was he doing a
thinking-
D'Lo Brown with one of them?
I don't know, but there's a wrestler that was involved in this, and he said the legs keep breaking off.
Because he keeps
Process.
slamming him too hard.
Prostate exam award. wrong finger. Maybe I don't know. I don't do prostate exams. But no, they were going to look at the issue and try to get them corrected. And the last I heard, they're going to try for April to release those Powertown figures. And if they turn out to look like what they look like in the pictures, they're going to be great.
Yeah,
It's
I've heard
just-
nothing but
there's-
good things about them until that.
I want the
happened.
Bruiser Brody one.
Magnum TA one looks really good too.
You didn't
That
get
one
crotch
too.
cam, Johnny. You got belly cam. Arms hurt a little bit.
He's got shrimp basket cam.
It's your basket cam.
For basket cam.
I had physical therapy this morning, and one of the things they make me do, and I've done this before when I had another issue with my shoulder, is just after fingers up the wall. Now they got actual stairs you can walk up. It's just a series of shelves. They go up this column. So I was walking up, and I stopped about halfway. I said, "Is there an escalator I can use?" I didn't find the
Well, you're
humor in
being
that. Then I-
honest, you know.
yeah, and I said, I think I did a handrail for these stairs. So anyway, the first day I went into physical therapy, they said we'll have you fill out some paperwork. We'll kind of see give you a fitness test, see where you're at. So I can give you an idea right now because I got a little winded filling out the application. So if I could sit down and rest somewhere, that'd be great. So is there some other drama in the hobby that I'm not thinking about? It seems like there's some drama in the hobby that's happened this last week or so.
Trying to think.
There's always something going on in the hobby. I wish it would just go back to the way it was. You know what I mean? Like,
Enjoying what you
Admins of the
have,
group,
enjoying what other people have,
you
and
know,
not
like Ben's got a hold of his group. You know what I mean? They try and keep the trouble out, the troublemakers out.
Yeah.
Our group, we do the same thing. We try and regulate it and watch the group and keep
Yeah.
all the bad people out.
One thing that I've seen that's happened in my group, it doesn't happen very often, but it does happen, is you'll get a guy that, and we encourage you, if you have a belt or a collection of belts you want to show off in your group. I don't care if it's a paper belt, cardboard belt, sheet metal belt, which I got one, or whatever it is. You know, we don't discriminate on belts. It's not what you have, it's that you have a belt.
Mhm.
But what I'll see happen sometimes is I'll see a guy post a picture of a belt and get comments going, "That looks great, you know, happy for you, this and that." But then you have this jackwagon that'll pop in once in a while and start criticizing the belt, saying, you know, this and that, and we have to kick him out of the group. Now we had one happen last week. This guy come on there, and I think the guy was Ben thought it was Tim Bofa. He thinks it's Tim Bofa. I can't remember the guy's name. But this guy posted a picture, and I can't remember what the belt was now. Oh, it was a Dallas Cowboys belt.
Yeah.
It
I
had the
remember
Dallas
that.
Cowboy star on there. And this guy started giving him a hard time, saying, where did you get the do you have the copyright for that, or did you get permission for that? I'm going to tell the Dallas Cowboys on you. And let me find that. I think Kevin sent me that because he kicked the guy out of the group. I was probably on narcotics at the time for my shoulder.
No, I
And-
remember that. I remember that.
Yeah, I want to get this right because I want to make sure I read this right. Where's he at? And I was
Oh
hoping
my
Kevin.
God,
Beard
Andy, you ruined that picture for me.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
Who, me?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find the picture.
I like when he does that.
Okay.
Hmm.
Let me find it here.
It's funny. My wife's like, Andy B's on the chat tonight. Mark Maggard's on the chat tonight. She knows all your names by heart.
Yeah.
Is she watching right now?
I don't know. She might be
If he
in
is,
watching one of our programs.
Hi, Megan.
Oh, Megan.
Oh, did I mention to you guys that I did mention to you guys off air, but my promotion went through, and
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I am El Jefe.
Awesome.
Feels
Congratulations.
weird.
Yes,
It feels weird
congratulations.
not to clock in and not to clock out every day.
Nice little perks, right?
I can't find the
Yeah.
screenshots.
They're little, but they add up after a while. You know,
Yeah, it feels
great.
good, man.
that's
It
that's
feels
great,
good.
Richard. I'm happy for you.
After 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
I always said good things come to those who wait, and Mark was an awesome encouragement also.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was just getting tired of seeing you getting looked over,
Well, the right people
So-
seen the work I was doing, so I'm glad it was
Absolutely.
brought to fruition.
Yeah, that Bell Scammer group is very, very helpful. Now, something you have to be really, 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 really careful about is sometimes what happens is you have a guy that gets into a dispute with a maker, and the word scammer just gets thrown out automatically over either a misunderstanding or something that doesn't fall into the title of scammer, but maybe the artwork's off or something like that. You get this guy say, "Hey, he won't fix the belt. He's a scammer." But it's usually a good source for, and usually try to weed that stuff out. But you want to be very careful with people you don't know in the hobby, especially makers. What'll happen sometimes is they'll take pictures of somebody else's belt and sell it as their own, and they'll collect the money and leave. So you want to be very careful about that. If
I think
you're
if
ever in doubt, get reference.
somebody's just getting into the hobby, I would suggest that group for them to check out
Mm-hmm.
and tell them to check it out and see how it is.
I haven't heard about this one. JB Toys gave Cody an Usman belt.
Oh my goodness, Usman.
Isn't he a maker for JB Toys?
I think so. Yeah, I've heard that.
Yes, he is. He
And
is.
Usman's legendary, if you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he is.
But I think
great
JB
reasons.
Toys is one you also need to avoid.
It almost makes sense that Usman's working for JB Toys. I mean,
Yeah, that clown, I tested him out. I took 2 pictures of my belts. I said, what would you give me for this? He's like, $300. I'm like, goodbye.
Yeah, that was one of those things I talked about earlier. I didn't remember the situation, but yeah, the name I
yeah,
saw.
that's what's going on in Ben's group right now. It's
Yeah, I remember that too.
interesting. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, go
I've dealt
read
with
it.
that
Go to
kind of
Championship Belt
chaos.
Brothers and check that out. That's
I
that's
seen that, the
make-
Cody, the Nightmare belt. I was just showing that to Andy before we went on the air. That's the one I shared in the chat.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see.
It's funny you have a maker make it and you sell it like you're the one that's making it.
Okay, we were also going to talk about. We touched on that during the live before the show actually started. We were talking about the Kenny Omega match last night with what was the guy's name again?
Oh, Vikingo.
Vikingo. Okay, that's why I couldn't remember. It's just
Like
a weird
Viking
name.
with an O on the end.
Here's what somebody pointed this out in a group somewhere in a post. I saw it and I felt the exact same way. The problem with that match, and it was a huge problem, was every time Kenny Omega got smacked, he stood there and watched the guy go bounce off the ropes, come back at it. He's waiting for the high spot to happen. That happened constantly. He would position
Yeah.
Over
himself.
and over.
It was
Yeah.
obvious.
It-
He
It
was
didn't
making
flow
it
very
too
well.
obvious.
It's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
And after the match, Tony Schiavone was interviewing Kenny Omega before he got attacked, and he said that was a match for the ages. No, it was not. That was a terrible match.
That's
in my
another thing
opinion.
Shivani does every week. Whatever the match is, it is for the age. It's the best he's ever seen. Shivani just gets a little bit too appreciative, over appreciative of some matches. Every week.
You want to
He's
bring
not
up
the
what
same
we
Tony
noticed
Schiavone
last
from
night?
NWA in the 80s.
I used to have that belt, Johnny. I used to have that belt.
You
Go
want to
ahead,
bring up
sorry.
what we noticed last night, me and you, Andy, about Don Callis?
Yeah. You want to do it? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's going to turn on Omega and the Bucks.
and then remember what happened earlier?
Yep, he's going to go with the Blackpool Club.
No. With FTR.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
the match. Yeah. Oh, if the loser leaves the AEW.
So we know
well,
that
gee,
FTR is going to leave AEW.
they're going back to WWE.
It's a given.
You were talking about Don Callis.
Yeah,
I did notice, when Kenny Omega was getting attacked after the match, that Don Callis kind of stood back like, "Oh well." Yeah, I did notice.
Well, he
that.
made it. He acted like he got hit by the Hangman.
Yeah,
He faked
yeah.
like he got hit by the Hangman. So it's like, okay, what's he doing now? I mean,
I thought
So
that was a mistake. That's what I thought. And then
no, he's going to turn
no,
against him.
it's part of the gimmick, whatever's going on there. I mean, you
Yeah.
know.
there he is.
Hey, Nor.
What's up, Nor?
Nor, where's the vid? There it is.
Well, what about what we were talking about earlier, Richard?
They're like never.
Wouldn't that be something? Everything happening with the Bloodline and Sammy.
Oh,
What
yeah,
happens
and then
if-
Sammy
what happens
swerving
if-
everybody and wind up
Yeah,
going against
and
Kevin
Sammy
Owens
was
anyway.
all on the act.
I-
It's just a bit to
I-
get Owens, I guess.
I
would be
can't
the-
say it won't happen. You never know. You never know. They could
Yeah.
always swerve us.
I mean, because it would be the ultimate surprise that Triple H worked up, and we were all fooled if it does.
And
Gotta
it's
give you that
already, what,
credit.
next week, right? Next weekend.
April 1st? April
Wow.
Fool's Day. Yep.
And we know Roman's going to lose the belts because they already
Well, he's gonna be
advertised
gone- yeah.
after WrestleMania he's going on a
2
break.
months. He's
This
gonna
is
be
what
gone
I
for 2
hate about
months.
today's product. This is what I hate about today's
Yeah,
product.
because we know ahead of time what's going on with
Yeah.
vacations and
Yeah,
leaving. We
yes.
shouldn't know that.
No, absolutely not.
We didn't learn that in magazines years ago.
But what if
No.
what if he does win and he just goes on vacation?
I don't know.
Well,
He needs
then
to
if they
drop
did
the belt.
Swerve, if they did the swerve, then the rest of them could carry on a new storyline with somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I have a feeling he's going to lose the belt.
I do think the tag titles, well, unless the swerve does happen, but I mean, that's where it would happen. I think they would all ambush Owens if
Yeah.
that swerve were to happen. So I mean,
Yeah.
who knows? You know. We'll just have to
Also,
wait.
I'm hearing since Bray's out with the issue that he's having, I heard there's a possibility of them bringing Randy Orton back to fight Bobby Lashley or Brian Cage as a
I
surprise.
thought Randy was out for a while because he was hurt so bad or something that they were talking retirement at one point, weren't they?
Yeah, I'm only
I mean-
hearing ramblings of it, but
I heard he
I
might
would say Brian Cage would be the best to bring
Cage would be
in to
good,
go up
yes.
against Lashley.
Yeah, what's the vacation?
And give him some actual competition like Brock did. I mean, we didn't get
AEW
real
hasn't
match
used
with
Brian.
him.
AEW's never used Tony Khan has never used Brian Cage correctly. Never.
The man was a beast in Impact.
Yes, he was.
He was a beast.
Tony Khan plays.
Now
his
he's just like a dog and pony show.
But then again, we've never seen the picture where he's hugging so tight onto Brian Cage
Yeah.
like everybody else, you know?
I mean, I'm not gonna say I am not the biggest AEW fan. I was hardcore AEW fan when it hit. And just the product has just been so watered down lately
Yeah.
and over predictable.
Because Tony does the booking and he will not hire somebody. He could hire a whole bunch of people to choose from.
I mean, where is Lance Archer? The guy is a beast.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Yeah. Not using him.
Dark Evolution or Dark on YouTube.
When you put somebody with a big name like that and you use them on Dark Elevation, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, another thing that gets me mad is you sign Big Cass. The man could be a beast. He is a
Big
beast.
Bill. Big Bill.
Big Bill.
It's an embarrassment. I mean,
I mean, it's good now to see Hobbs getting, what he deserves
mhm.
and his push that he's getting.
Oh.
Ricky Starks, he was getting a push. What happened?
And did you see how Tony's talking about how he wouldn't mind having Bill Goldberg around?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy, that would be the ultimate signing for Tony Khan is Bill Goldberg.
Well, Jordan just took a picture of him in the airport. They took a picture together. She says, "I'm trying to talk the biggest free agent in wrestling to sign with Impact."
I forgot to do this earlier. Sorry.
What's that?
No worries.
Well, we were talking about last week, or maybe we weren't talking about last week, but I was talking to you guys in chat about it. My daughter, Ashley, she does some crafty things. She used to make tumblers, and she makes T-shirts and things like that. She's recently purchased a laser etcher / cutter to do some things. And I had this bright idea because I've been making business cards with spare or scrap leather, and I usually will tool it and dye it to match the belt I'm working on, and I'll send it back with the belt as a business card, just a little thing to do. Well, she decided to, or I asked her. I said, "Would you mind seeing if you could do this with your laser, so I wouldn't have to, stamp, or sometimes the stamps move on you and it makes a mess." So she gave it a try, and this is the first incarnation of the business card. Let me go full screen. There you are.
Very nice.
That's leather. Real
That
leather.
is
You did a
nice.
great job.
It cuts too. It burns. It does stink, but I can put a backing on that. But what I usually
Imagine that
do
with
is,
like a wood grain brown.
yeah, maybe, yeah. And yeah, Johnny has 3 of these business cards. Not they're colored. They're usually black.
Well,
dyed
Johnny's
black.
got the ones with the lacing on it, Mark.
Yeah, I do like.
Yeah,
Oh, let me
those are
get one.
nice.
Hold on. Let me grab one real quick.
Yeah, Gianni's got the rare ones with the lacing.
I had to grab it with my left hand. I almost reached up with my right hand. About
One
hurt
of a
myself.
kind.
Hold on. Okay. This is what I've been doing, is just stamping my logo. It's dusty, sorry. Just sitting on the shelf. Just stamping my logo on there, and then this one is laced for lace belt. This one actually has the blue backing. See, it has
That
blue
looks
backing.
really good.
And this is for, I guess I'm keeping this one because I don't know if I've done the one like that. So this is what I've been doing.
That's pretty cool.
So I had Ashley make me a prototype, which is this one right here, which I really like. So I told her, I said, well, I like the corners rounded because I usually will tool or lace around there, and I like to have the curves because it'll go better. So she made this one.
Oh, that's
Looking
nice.
good. Looks very nice.
And there's another one. This one's for the laced belt. But for tooling, I had to have a little bit more edging taken up. So she made another one with just the logo. So I could tool around that.
Very nice.
I wonder if you could use that on a regular belt tip.
Just the tip.
So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna make just a scrap little belt tip just to try it. But there's more. Wait, there's more. I had this bright idea of making a mouse pad with either my leather logo or the podcast logo. And I wanted to put it on a belt main plate design, shape on the leather. And this is the prototype she came up with.
Perfect.
This is a mouse pad. This is going to be a mouse pad. It'll be bigger than this, but this is what she came up with. That's a big gold. And the funny part about that was I didn't tell her I wanted it on a big gold. She just happened to find it online and did it on a big gold. So
great minds think alike.
Yeah, she didn't fall far from the tree. So I may be having her make some of these, and I'm gonna put some kind of rubber, some hard rubber on the back, so they won't slide on the desk, and put some kind of a finish on it where you can see the logo. But these may be selling soon, so we'll stay tuned. We're still in the experimental stages, so very, very pleased with that so far. Yeah. I figure out someplace to hang it though.
Mm-hmm.
He's not selling the
Oh,
business
definitely.
cards. I'm not selling the business cards either. If you want to read leather, you'll get a business card with it. So
Eh,
no, he's a good friend. He's a good friend.
yeah, so
okay.
Raw was good. It was all right.
Put it in a box and send it to me. Jason, you're on. Once I get the design finalized, we'll work with it. But yeah,
Heck, you could make real nice. If you get real thin leather, you could make bookmarks or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Right?
the possibilities are endless.
Well,
What
she's
about
going to start.
comb shims?
What?
Remember back in the day,
Oh.
you used to make those comb shims
Oh yeah.
with the lacing, the plastic lacing.
Well, they're not on the
Summer
market yet.
camp.
Oh, just stay tuned. We'll figure it out. And they may be on limited supply because I only have so much scrap leather. Jason, I'll definitely get you one. I just don't know if they'll work well with black dye or if I have to do like if you know the old fashioned Western Wallace, they do some kind of a clear coat that kind of makes an antique finish on it,
Mm-hmm.
which I think will be fine. But that's something that's in the works. But she bought this laser. She's going to do some acrylic. So these acrylic panels, she'll do something like that. She can etch anything up to a 1/4 inch thick. So or cut up to a 1/4
That'd
inch.
be cool just for like a sign in the background too.
Yeah, it would. And she could do that. But I can't hang anything back here. There's nothing to hang back here.
So if you had a piece of clear acrylic,
Mhm.
she could etch the logo in it.
Yep.
That'd be cool. We can get LED light and put it behind it.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. That'd be great. Thanks. Now I want to save some money. Thank you very much.
I'm always thinking, man. I'm always thinking.
I'll get you later for that. That's a great idea, actually. Excellent idea. Okay, back to our regular scheduled program. You were talking about Roman Reigns. Take a time
Yeah,
off.
we were talking about possibility of Sammy swerving everybody and going against Kevin Owens altogether.
Yeah,
And being with the
and they had us
bloodline
fooled the
all this
whole
time.
You know,
I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah,
what better
especially
way to have the storyline go on?
yeah, because Sammy is a major part. He was a major part of the bloodline, and to have him out, I mean, by doing
But
that,
I gotta
he's
say,
back in and they're all together.
Sammy was really over with the bloodline, but now that he's on his own, did you guys see the pop they got when they hugged each other?
Oh yeah, the place exploded, big time.
I mean, I've seen Sammy from way back when he wore the mask and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and we all know Kevin and him are best friends
In real life, they are, yes.
in real life. You know, they would have. Sammy was what, Kevin's best man at his wedding,
I believe so.
and I honestly
what?
would like it, but I'd love to see them win the tag titles.
That'd be cool. But let me ask you this: you're talking about continuing the bloodline storyline. What if Roman Reigns loses that title to Cody? That kind of puts a kibosh on that, doesn't it? You take off the head of the table. There goes the whole bloodline.
Yeah,
I was thinking also, what better way to take out Roman than by your own family? And Jey Uso is the one that could do it, because he's the only one on the main roster that actually beat Roman and pinned him fair and square. And another thing I wanted to bring up too, they were talking about this betting system that they were working on with WWE.
I just don't see how you can have betting. It's like betting on a movie. I mean,
But what happens if the match is predetermined and they switch it?
Exactly.
And the bets come in for a certain thing.
How do you deal with that? There's no.
I don't think that'll work. I just don't think it'll work because of that.
I don't
They're
see that working
predetermined.
at all. There's no way. There's
to me, I think it would kill WWE.
Yeah,
I don't see how it could work at all. I really don't.
Me neither. Yeah, I think we're going to relive this belt.
And then Andy we were talking before we went live. Alexa Bliss was on The Masked Singer.
Yep.
I heard about that just right before the show.
Yeah, she's been a busy
Yeah, my
girl.
wife comes out yesterday and she plays the video of her, dressed up. She goes, "Who do you think this is?" Because usually I can guess them.
Mm-hmm.
And her voice was so scrambled, I couldn't really hear it.
And you got to give her a lot of credit because she did that, but she also had facial skin cancer on her face. I mean, she's been through quite busy, good and bad,
Thank you, Nora. I appreciate you, man. Oh, while we're on this topic, I better bring out something if his kids are watching.
I agree, Jason. I agree.
Let's see. if I had to pull
Good night,
something
Platinum.
random,
Good night, Platinum. Thanks for
Night,
watching.
Platinum. Thanks for watching.
See you next week.
here we go. Something random.
Oh wow.
Finn Balor.
Ah,
Who thinks we will see the Demon show up at WrestleMania to
I
take
think
on
it's
Edge?
definite. It's definite. Matter of fact, Edge wants him to be him.
But another thing that Edge mentioned, which has me thinking, is what if Bray Wyatt is with Edge? This is when before Toys R Us went out of business. I got this.
Oh wow. That's nice. That's very nice.
very, very nice.
Yeah, I gotta think that Edge mentioned the devil.
But he was talking about himself
And-
being the devil, wasn't he?
Yeah, himself about being the devil. And Bray in many of his promos mentions the devil too.
I mean, but at this point with Bray, how do you clean up the mess of what he was supposed to be building some great storyline all himself, and there's nothing to write home about?
Now, do we think it's Bray or do we think it's WWE not allowing him to do what he really wants to do?
Just it, and if especially what if Vince is back in some form of in creative, he could. I mean, who knows?
And that's what got me thinking.
because Triple H is one that brought Bray back, and Vince is the one that kicked him out.
Yep.
So I don't,
I'm just hoping WrestleMania is good night 1 and night 2.
I hope so too. Yeah.
I think WrestleMania should go back to a one-night show or one-day show.
Me too.
Sunday afternoon.
I like the
Yeah.
Saturday pay-per-views.
I do too. They were strictly all Sundays before that, but now they're back. They were originally on Saturday. Now they're back to Saturday. I like them on Saturdays.
Yeah.
So
What else did I want to bring up? We brought up Alexa Bliss, her surgery thing. What about
Sorry.
OTs? You like OTs?
Otis.
OT.
You could do anything with him.
He's funny. He's good in the ring. He's funny. Yeah, you can do so much with him.
Awesome. I'm glad I can show him.
This reminds me a lot, the Otis thing, or what's her name? Maxine Dupree.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me a lot of back in the WCW days when you had
Stacy Keibler.
The York Foundation with
The
Richard
York
Morton.
Foundation, yes.
With Richard Morton and
Richard
Terrence
Morton,
Taylor.
Thomas Rich,
Terrence Taylor.
Okay. Yeah.
Terrence Taylor. Yeah, very
Yeah.
formal names. Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
Do you
I
remember
that
Rick
too.
Martel when he was the model, Rick Martel?
Yes, I hated that. He
Oh, I
had
hated
that.
that too.
He had that bug sprayer
Yeah.
with arrogance. Arrogance was the name of his
Arrogance.
Yeah.
You gotta get
He was a
Mark one of
terrible
those.
heel. He wasn't very good as a heel. He was a terrible heel.
I liked him when he
He's-
came in. He's the Can-Am Connection
Oh yeah.
oh,
with Tom Zank. I think it was his partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't bad. And then he went.
And then
he went
him
to
and Tito Santana.
Yeah. Strike Force.
Strike
Strike
Force.
Force.
Yep. Do you remember their terrible theme song?
No.
Entrance music, Girls in Cars. Oh, that was terrible.
Girls in cars.
Oh,
Girls in cars.
Robbie Dupree.
It's like the
sang it.
American Male song. American Male.
Oh, John,
American
Johnny's
Male.
favorite tag team. He's got an American Males Cup.
Not bad. I wouldn't doubt it.
That sounded like the 8-bit version of the NES song. You know,
Yeah.
when you played pro wrestling.
Yeah, it's true. That was a bad song. Oh,
Oh man. I was hoping Kevin would be on tonight to talk about the giveaways. We keep talking about these giveaways. We're going to have them, but Kevin's been under the weather lately. I don't want to get into details, but he's just been under the weather, so he's been able to talk about it. But one of the giveaways we're going to have is for this cup. Not this cup. This is one I'm drinking up. But I got another one just like it that's never been used. Got marked leather on one side and the
It's
logo
so
on the
good
other
looking.
side.
good looking cup.
But this is going to be one of the giveaways. We may do a variety of things. This was made by my daughter Ashley. She doesn't make these anymore, but I love this cup.
If you want it used, that'll be extra.
So anyway, I guess I missed the context of that. So anyway,
Yeah, send well wishes out to Kevin, man.
but anyway, what Kevin had in mind is at least one idea he had was to take a picture of a belt and zoom way in on the belt during the show and see if anybody can guess what the belt is. And if nobody guesses, we'll zoom out a little bit, until somebody guesses the belt. I
Sounds
love
like
that. I
fun.
think it's a great idea.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
But this is going to be one of the giveaway items. There's a few things, and I can't remember what some of them are, but this is one of the things. I've had this other cup, not this one, but one just like it, for a couple of years now. And I was going to save it for when we reach 2,000 members, and we're past there. So I want to get
You
that
guys,
off.
what I wanted to ask you guys is, do we have a belt of the month for our banner for next month?
Not yet. Not for next month. That's going to be the last week's show, last week of the month, which is what, next week?
So we'll do it every last Thursday of the month.
Yeah. Last Thursday of the
Okay.
month. So hopefully Kevin will recover so we can do that. He'll come up with 5 pictures and we vote on them, and the winning picture goes on the banner for the group for the month of April. And then at the end of the year, whichever one, we'll vote on 12 of them or 11 of them, I guess it is. And whichever one wins out of the 12 gets something. So we're still working that out. So sorry we're being so vague. We're still working through details, but we want to do something to thank everyone for making the Wide World of Belts group such a successful group, and for making this podcast successful. Without you, we're just 3 guys, shooting the bull.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that made us podcast of the year. Thank you very much. So
We want to do it official and the right way.
absolutely. We love to have fun on this show, but we also like to try to keep it clean. We try to keep it on topic and have a little fun along the way,
so that everybody can watch.
Yeah, everybody can watch.
Try to keep it profanity clean.
Yeah.
We try.
It does happen.
We try.
It does
Yeah,
happen. Our guests
times
sometimes
where-
do their thing. So
things happen.
things
Because
happen.
we know some guys and girls watch with their kids, and
Absolutely.
we just want to keep
Nord's
it
an example.
family.
Yeah.
Nord's an example. My daughter's an example. She's a grown woman, but she has my grandson watch because he loves to hear his name mentioned. So, he's spending the night tonight. So I won't be giving him a shout out tonight. We got a few more minutes left. What else did I have to talk about? Let me look at my list. And on my list, we do want to. I do want to talk about some other podcasts you might want to check out. Of course, I mentioned the Brothers Kayfabe podcast. That's Jake Hill and Bumgardner. Also on Tuesdays, we have the BAM show, which they have a spin-off show on. Huh?
You're cutting out. You were cutting out a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, it happened earlier.
Your turn.
Yeah.
Tuesdays we have the BAM show, which is Carmine, Mike Olczyk, Mark Cyrus, aka the Moose, and some of the guys talk on Tuesday. And they have a spin-off show on Friday called The Big Blue Cage, which is an hour-long show with just Mike and Carmine. They talk about different things. We also have Pounding the Meat, which is usually on the same time we are. I think they go for an hour. It's Benny Vegas, Ethan Thompson, Joe Vitanza. The Bill, which is Joey Lino. There's also on Wednesdays. I don't know what time Bills and Bells podcast comes on, but you can find it on YouTube. On Wednesdays, there's 4 dudes in wrestling. That's AD Terry and 3 other dudes. Yeah, 3 other dudes. I can't remember their names. There's something called Offshoots TV, and I don't know where to find that. We had the host for that, Mike McCurdy, on a few months ago. Here's Austin, and pardon my language, but his show is called Shooting the Shit Uncensored. Check that out. That's usually
a good show.
Like in the middle of the night here, because it is. He interviews Australian wrestlers, and he's over in Australia, so that show airs live.
Big fan of
Piers knows his stuff.
Yes, he does.
He does.
He's also an announcer for
An
wrestling.
announcer, and he's also a manager too, isn't he?
I think so.
Yep.
I think so.
Yep.
But because he's over in Australia, that show usually airs live in the middle of the night here, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. But you still can catch what's his group's name, or just maybe Piers Austin. And one more you want to check out is a Turnbuckle Throwbacks. That's Phil Rea Jr. That's your friend, isn't it?
That's my cousin. Yep.
Cousin, yeah. Cousin, sorry. I knew you knew him. So those are some other podcasts you might want to check out.
Yeah, he's been on the show. Hopefully he'll come back on one day.
You'll have to have him back on sometime. Yeah.
He likes the old school wrestling like you guys and like me.
The best.
Yeah,
The
there's
best.
our 15-minute warning. There's our 15-minute warning. And I just want to thank everybody for watching the show every week. We have the same guys watching, same people watching every week. We want to thank you for being loyal. I've actually been chewed out for the weeks we took off.
How
I
dare you,
appreciate
Mark,
that
get
too.
Surgery on your shoulder.
I
How
know.
dare you?
Well, I didn't get chewed out for that. I did have one guy, and I don't know if it was me or somebody else. I'll tell you who it was Jason Cortez. Got one of us, I think it was Richard, said, it's Thursday night. I don't know what to do. I'm bored.
Yeah.
How do you think
Was that you,
we
Richard?
felt that night?
Yeah, Jason's like,
Yeah.
man, I'm going crazy. There's nothing on.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
guys
what
need
did
to
we-
get
Richard,
on right
enjoyed-
now. He's like,
We did a
Yeah.
and we didn't have no, but we did a group video chat that night. Remember?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But my shoulder,
Yeah,
I have a little table. Well, I have a little table next to me that I put my mouse on where I can run everything. I couldn't lift my arm up to run the mouse, and certain things Richard can do, but certain things he's not used to doing. And I just want to make sure the show flowed. I need to
I
get you
got
on
to
here,
do it
Richard,
a while, a more, you know,
yeah, I need somebody to back
get
me
used
up
to
so
it.
in case I can. I thought about doing it left-handed, but then I can't do the belt of the week because it's over my left. So, you know, I'm used to right-clicking, and I just didn't think it would work. Plus, I was a little loopy, so I couldn't do that. But you know, that's the kind of loyalty I enjoy is people that get upset when we're not on the air. I took a week's vacation this summer, and when I got back, some guy said, "You can't take another vacation. I don't have anything else to do on Thursday night." So
yes. Like I said,
yeah.
Jason's a good guy, man.
He is.
He's reached out to me on many occasions. You know, we've talked here and there.
we'll miss you, Gianni. We'll miss you.
I'll see you in 2 weeks, bro. More like 2 hours.
All right. Watch and learn. Yeah, that's something we hope to do sometimes is educate the public. Hope we do that now with the scammers. But that's something else I want to talk about. I got 12 minutes. I want to talk about this. I mentioned this last week after the show. I want to talk about something, and this happens to me sometimes. In some people's minds, I'm trying to be very careful how I put this because I don't want to insult anybody. That's not my intention. But some people in their minds, because they see somebody like me or they see somebody like Carmine or somebody like the Pounding the Meat guys or whatever, what happens is they'll see these people have either their own business, they're either selling belts, or in my case, I sell leather, I do real leathers, things like that. That having a podcast, such a public image out there, they automatically assume that one, I know everything there is to know about the hobby. That's not the case.
None of us
Absolutely
will
not the
ever
case.
know everything.
No.
Yeah,
no.
no.
do
There's
our
a
best.
whole lot I don't know about the hobby.
We do our
I can't-
best.
Yeah, we do our best. If I can't answer a question, I'll go find the answer. And most of the times I
Yeah.
can't. I don't know the difference between a V1 and a V4. The
It's
undisputed.
research.
Research.
Do your research.
But there's a
Do your
second
homework.
problem. There's a second problem with that. The second problem is because I'm out here with my face out in public, there's an automatic assumption that I'm safe to deal with. I'm not capable of ripping you off.
Yep.
And these two guys and myself both know from experience that is not the case.
We're celebrities. in a
Yeah,
way.
we're automatic celebrities. And I don't mind people inbox me. I get that a lot. I get people inbox me because I have this show asking my opinion on things, either belts or wrestling or whatever. And a lot of times I don't know the answer. I can give you my opinion, but my opinion is just my opinion. It can differ from Andy's opinion. It can differ from Richard's opinion. It can differ from your opinion. I don't mind you asking me questions, but you have to understand if you're asking for my opinion, it may not be the opinion you want, but I am not an automatic expert. Okay. But we learned from experience from about 2 years ago, a certain individual that was very public, had his own show. He was a middleman, but he was given automatic legitimacy because he had that live every week, giving updates on belts that were being ordered through a certain maker. I won't name names because that maker's trying to build his name back after being, dragged through the mud. But don't make the mistake of assuming just because somebody has a podcast, because anybody can do a podcast. Anybody. Any of you guys
platform.
watching?
Yeah.
Yeah. So final thoughts. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's not who I was talking about, but yeah, he's one of them, I guess.
He's friends with him.
Yeah, but they think because somebody's out there so publicly that they're automatically legitimate, and in most
Doesn't mean
cases they are, but not in every case. We've learned through the already mentioned Josh Hammer, one of his other buddies. That's just not the case. So don't use the fact that there's a podcast out there, or the fact that the guy is either middlemaning for a maker, or he's doing certain things, that he's automatically legit. That's not the case. Again,
No.
do your research.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Or
have-
you could be the top guy at one time back in the day and be the biggest scammer today.
This guy, not Gianni.
E-Dub.
The PO, yeah, E-Dub, yeah, the POS from WV, yeah, that's him. Yes, we have a chat. We do have a chat.
What's up, Chris?
Yeah, he commented
Chris.
earlier. He must have stepped off for a little bit, came back. But no, I get that a lot. In fact, makers do this to me. I'll have makers say, "Hey, I want you to push my belts. You're a YouTube star." I think Richard's gotten that.
Yeah.
That's like I said. Anybody that knows anything about internet or anything like that can start a podcast. You don't even have to have StreamYard. You can go live on Facebook and have a podcast. A lot of guys do that. Ben does that. He's a live where he shows off belts he has for sale, things like that. Now, Ben is legitimate. I mean, he's legit.
150% legitimate.
150%
One of
legit.
the best. One of the best.
Yes, I'm 149% legit.
I mean, I
Yeah.
can never claim to know everything there is about
No.
wrestling or the belt hobby.
Yeah.
I'm not
We
going to
can't-
tell you
We
that
can't
I
claim
do.
that, but we can try to help you.
Absolutely. That's why there's 3 of us on here, because between the 3 of us, we got a brain. So,
And
but-
6 eyes. Oh, more
And
than
I-
6 eyes.
yeah, and I could tell you right now, I've never ripped anybody off that I know of. Nobody's complained about me or anything like that. I know same could be said about Andy. Same could be said about Richard. Lane's a little shady.
Yeah, he's a Cadillac man.
He's
Yeah,
a
he's a
Cadillac
Cadillac
man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyway, that's just one thing. Don't assume that somebody, because they have a public image out there in the hobby, that they're automatically either an expert or they're legitimate. Again, do your research. I've got plenty of people who can vouch for me. I've got plenty of people who vouch for me. I don't sell belts. I sell belts out of my collection. I don't middleman
here.
for anybody. But I do
Yeah.
leather work, and I've done that for about 5 years now, and I have yet to have a customer complain. So I got that to rely on. But the one guy that we're talking about earlier from West Virginia had a really good scam going on for quite a while and had some people fooled.
He was a professional con man. He had everybody fooled.
He
Everybody.
loved Uber Eats too.
And what's funny about that, or sad, I guess, is the fact that people tried to warn us about this guy. Say, hey, he's got a criminal record for embezzlement, for stealing, things like that. Everybody overlooked it because, hey, this guy's out there putting space out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He did all the tricks.
Yeah, all the tricks. Yeah.
All the tricks
So-
in the trade.
But eventually it became unraveled.
Mm-hmm.
He had a really good way of covering himself by getting 2 people who were starting to get wise to what he's doing, getting them mad at somebody else, saying, "No, it's this guy. No, it's this guy." And they would, but eventually these people started comparing notes.
Yeah, a
and that's
real
when it
good way
started-
of redirecting somebody's anger towards somebody else to take the heat off of him when he was the one doing all the bad
Absolutely.
things.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, I fell for it because when that started coming unraveled, I was defending the guy.
Mhm.
And I did until I realized I can't anymore. I had to stop. So,
Yep.
so
He
I mean,
got us all. Every one of us. He got us.
Well, nobody wanted to admit that. They didn't want to admit they'd been fooled. And I was one of those. I was one of
yeah.
Exactly. He always said he had the proof, but he never showed the proof.
Never showed
Nope.
it.
He got the
Never showed it.
receipts. He holds all the cards, brother.
No.
I hold all the cards.
All the cards, brother. Come on now.
Yeah. So we got 5 minutes left in the show. But again, on that note, I just want to thank everybody for being loyal to this show. We do this for
really
fun.
appreciate it, everybody.
This show is not monetized. We don't make money off the show.
No.
I use it mainly to push my leather. For those of you who don't realize I do leather.
Just 3 or 4 friends talking about wrestling and belts. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
we do.
Absolutely.
And,
So.
and I want to take this time to thank Mark, Andy, Lane, James, Kevin, all you guys Mark, especially Andy, you guys become more than friends. You become my family now, and to come on every Thursday night and do this with you, it feels natural, man.
Mhm.
It feels normal.
Stop
Yeah.
it! You make me cry.
Cease and desist. So it does feel normal, and I think that's why the three of us are so like natural on camera.
Yeah,
I can't
exactly.
find a tissue or hanky to hand you, Mark.
I know. Sorry.
Cease and desist.
So yeah, it's awesome, man. I can't believe how long we're doing this now. It seems
Yeah.
like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Time
Chris
flies when you're
knows.
having fun.
Yeah, Chris knows what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, he knows more about what I'm talking about than most people. I forgot what I was saying now. Oh, this show actually started as just something I want to do for fun, and it just kind of took off took a life of its own.
Mhm.
Before I know it, I got people saying, "Hey, you got to come back on next week," and I've started being creative with the graphics and the intro and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's me. That's me. Believe it or not, some people don't realize that. I won't mention any names. I don't want to embarrass anybody.
Wait a
but
minute.
yeah,
You read other belts, Mark?
apparently I do. That's the rumor.
No problem, Gianni.
Hey, that's great.
Hey, Chris. No, actually, yeah. So if you message me asking me who does leather, I'm gonna tell you number one, me. But I am still off because
He's
of
the
my shoulder.
best.
Yeah, but I am off for the time being until at least April 13th. I go back to the doctor to see how much longer. I am getting a lot of strength back in, but I'm still get some soreness. I can't reach very much higher than this right now, but I'm making strides. So
One day at a time, my friend. One
Yeah.
day at a time.
I am gonna go buy leather on Saturday. So I'm gonna
Hey,
get
there you
started.
go.
There's that, but I won't be able to do any cutting or tooling or anything like that. But I've had several people reach out to me in the last 2 weeks about doing leather, and I put a lot of people off, and I'm sorry about that. But I've got some people already in line
Mhm.
waiting for me when I come back. I got set a place for a customer sitting in a box right now. I still haven't opened. So yeah, I'll be able to hail a cab soon. Yeah, I do
One
left-handed.
last thing for the night, Mark. Just
Thank
think
you,
about
Joe.
it in your head.
Okay,
To market leather thongs
leather
with
thongs.
the show logo. Yeah.
Where you gonna
Leather,
put the show?
leather shrimp baskets.
Where you gonna put the logo on a leather G-string?
That's
Ashley
right.
can do it.
Front. Okay. All right. That'll be
Or
different.
chaps, whatever you prefer.
That'll be different. Assless chaps. Yeah. Okay. Sorry,
Oh,
John.
my.
The check is not in the mail.
Don't worry, Gianni. You'll get a pair of chaps.
I sent you tracking, by the way, Gianni. So be sure you check the tracking. Don't ask me. Check your tracking. That's why I send the tracking. So we got a minute left. I'll just go ahead and end the show right now. But I want to thank everybody for joining us this week. We'll be back in next week. Yeah, an M string. There you go, M string. Leather would be kind of irritating, I would think.
Yes, I believe so.
So I'll talk to you guys after the show. I want to thank everybody
Don't
for
threaten
watching.
me.
Me? I didn't.
Cease and desist.
Oh man.
I did not threaten you.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Oh, Timbo.
Oh man. This was a good show, guys.
It is a good
This was a
show.
good show.
It is a good
Both
show.
of these.
So. But be sure to join us next week. I don't know what we'll have next week yet, but I got a guest planned for at least 2 weeks from tonight. And it's going to be a very important show because I got a belt I would like to talk about that I just had custom made. And so looking forward to that. So let me get my end credit video ready, queued up. Where'd it go? There it is. So I want to thank everybody again for joining us and join us next week. So for Andy and Richard and myself, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Have a good night.
Good night, Gracie.